to get some answers this morning.
Please, yes. So stand there with your pen and paper, but we will also pivot the time into talking into a primetime drama at SABC1, which launches its gripping new 6-part series, Soon Comes Night. Now, it's starring the award-winning Kwenzo Mqobo, and it's going to look absolutely amazing. So we'll give you the details on that.
Have you ever seen such leading man
Look
vibes?
at that.
I'm sorry, he owns his space. We absolutely love that. Then we're going to reconnect with one of the most amazing TV and design and creative journeys out there. My Design Rules Season 1 contestant, Tia Henderson, is back to reflect on what was an amazing journey in the show and even more so out of it ahead of Season 2. What that experience meant for her creative career, because we always go on about it's not just the winning of the show, it puts you in that strategic network, which is amazing.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait to hear all about it. And then we look good, but we want to make sure that you are plugged into looking good too. So if you are looking for a refresh for your wardrobe, we've got Miss Taryn Oppelnell here to help you find your perfect denim fit. From mom jeans to skinnies, we've got it covered. Even your baggy 90 jeans.
It's my era.
That.
It's my oversized era. Get used to it. Okay, jump on board. Now, we're absolutely loving every box being ticked this morning. And hopefully there's going to be a lot of love and positive energy because it's that kind of week.
It really is.
It really has been special. So, of course, we want to also lean on you just a little bit this morning. It's hard out there on these streets. We understand this time of the month, this time of the year. It is pretty tough. So we're going to put a question to you guys online right now. And hopefully you guys have got the answer for us. And hopefully Zanele is going to be the plug-in this morning. A very good morning. How are you doing, hon?
Morning.
Oh, good morning, my amazing Cape Town family. I'm all the better for seeing your gorgeous faces. And Zanzi, look at us back together again. Sanwanani, Khoyomora, Avsheni, Molweni, no matter where you are, we're so glad we get to 100% connect. We're coming to you live from the Samsung DQX Experience Center right here at Design Quarter in Johannesburg. And you heard there is a delicious menu that has been prepared just for you all the way until 9 a.m. So please stick around. But then also jump out onto social media because we want to hear from you, all in the name of the Good Morning Post. You heard Graham. He's trusting you to come through because, my friend, sometimes we need a little bit of help to get to that last part of the month. It gets very tricky in that final week, and this is why today we want to know what is that one survival tip that always gets you through. It makes the ends meet somehow. You can use hashtag Expresso Show, and of course you can send us a voice note 063-036-9649, and we then get to share with everyone else so that we can kind of, have a little bit of a support group this morning. I'll tell you mine a little bit later on, but for now, as we get the morning started off, let's get you into what is happening all around the world and in South Africa with the news headlines with the gorgeous Carissa.
Well, thank you, beautiful Zanele. 4 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's get straight into it. Now we get started with your national news headlines first, where U.S. President Donald Trump has said he'll likely skip November's G20 in South Africa, citing, quote, dangerous policies and repeating debunked claims about violence against white citizens. Now, tensions escalated after Trump showed journalists a controversial video while at the White House meeting with Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, the U.S. has now slapped a 30% tariff on South African imports and granted asylum to some South Afrikaners. Trump's rhetoric echoes tech billionaire Elon Musk's past comments, further straining already frosty ties between Pretoria and Washington. In other news in the country, the Gauteng Health Department has formed a committee to prevent and control hospital-acquired infections in state hospitals. Now, these infections, contracted during hospital stays, can cause serious and life-threatening complications. Last year alone, over 7,700 cases were reported, including antibiotic-resistant infections. And meanwhile, the Northern Cape Health Department has welcomed the Health Ombuds's findings after an investigation into 2 psychiatric patients' deaths and the neglect of a stroke patient. Now, officials say they are taking the recommendations seriously and will review them thoroughly. Internationally speaking, public hospital nurses in Nigeria have embarked on a 7-day warning strike, demanding better pay, working conditions, and more staff. Now, the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives says it'll escalate to a full strike if the government doesn't act. Now, talks with Labour Minister Mohammed Dingyadi broke down this week. Patients are already feeling the pressure, with hospitals bracing for more disruption. Now, if the walkout becomes indefinite, it will mark the country's first major nursing strike in over 20 years. Meanwhile, a powerful earthquake estimated at magnitude 8.8 struck off Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula yesterday morning at a shallow 19 kilometers depth. depth rather. It's now ranked among the 6th strongest ever recorded. The tremor triggered tsunami warnings across the Pacific, Japan, Hawaii, Alaska, and 7 parts of South America. While several buildings were damaged and fish processing plant flooded in Severodvinsk, no deaths have been reported. Now, surgeons calmly continue surgery mid-quake at the moment. Emergency response teams remain on alert for aftershocks. And let's close off your first bit of news here, where a massive African python left bystanders wide-eyed in Northwest Province as it effortlessly scaled a dry tree, showing off both muscle and momentum. Now, in a now viral video, the 4 to 6 meter snake lifts its hefty head skyward, almost standing upright, before pulling its chunky body onto a high branch with gymnast-like grace. Children squealed, adults gasped, and the cameraman lets fly a perfectly timed local expletive. So universally, it practically needs no translation. The spectacle unfolded near Vryburg and Derenville, drawing curious crowds and a quick call to snake experts. Now, with over 1.5 million views currently, Mzansi can't stop watching the serpentine now off in action. A great and slippery way to close off your news right now. Let's get into the sporting highlights for the first time. Here's Graham.
He's just trying to make his way to studio. He understands reptiles are welcome here. Come get a cuddle, my friend. I know there's someone who deserves a massive cuddle, and I say that with all due respect. Let's return to the water right now in Singapore. Chris Smith delivered a standout swim in his first ever global long course final, finishing 6th in a very tightly contested 50-meter breaststroke at the World Aquatics Championships in Singapore, as I said. So to put it in perspective, he clocked a time of 26.75 seconds, just 0.21 off the African record, and also shaved more time off his personal best set the semi-finals the day before. So an absolutely brilliant swim. Well done. Now let's get on to football and big moves being made as Luis Diaz has completed a big money move from Liverpool to Bayern Munich, signing up until 2029. So the 75 million euro fee makes him now the 3rd most expensive signing in Bayern's history. The Colombian winger now replaces the injured Jamal Musiala and says he's targeting, quote, every possible title. And he leaves Anfield, of course, with 4 trophies and 17 goals last season to build upon. Now we get into cricket and the worst kind of news for England. Their talismanic captain Ben Stokes has been ruled out of the 5th and final test up against India with a shoulder injury. This is obviously a major blow as the hosts look to seal their series at the Oval. So vice-captain Ollie Pope, who's also been great, will step in as a skipper, with Stokes facing up to 10 weeks on the sidelines now after bowling a very heavy workload across the series. They really have needed him, so someone's going to have to step up to fill that space. Speaking of creating space around you, let's get back onto the tour. And Mauritian rider Kimberly Lacourt-Pinard making history yesterday, becoming the first African to win a stage at the Tour de France Femmes. Her late downhill surge in Stage 5 also reclaimed the yellow jersey. The 165.8 kilometre stage saw multiple crashes, sadly, and some big names dropping off, while the 2023 champion Demi Following, she finished 2nd on the day as we look at those overall standings. And that's where we leave our sporting highlights for this hour of the show. We'll touch on them again around 7 o'clock. Crazy weather outdoors across the land. So let's get the latest directly from the Weather Service and some of those temperatures for today.
Well, thank you so much, Gray. Let's have a look at your weather, where the South African Weather Service has issued multiple yellow level warnings for today as icy temperatures, disruptive snow, as well as gusty winds sweep across parts of the country. Now, very cold, wet and windy conditions are expected in the southern Namakwa district, the Western Cape interior and parts of the Eastern Cape. Snow may cause road icing and delays between Graaff-Reinet and Queenstown. Now, damaging winds could disrupt power and communication in the Eastern Cape interior. Rough seas from Saldanha Bay to Port Edward may endanger small vessels and impact harbour operations. We'll touch base with all of those warnings once again at 7 o'clock. But for now, let's turn our eyes towards the sunrise view of this hour. Now, while it may still be a little dark outside, Poppy said, let me remind you once again what Tuamulume looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. My goodness, all we needed from KZN is to remind us of your beauty and have that gorgeous sun meeting the ocean. The horizon there with the waves crashing in the foreground is just so breathtaking. Thank you so much, Poppy, for making sure that you represented your province and your city so incredibly well. 063-0369649 is where you go about sending your pictures. The bar has been set very high, so please make sure that you get in touch with yours as we delve into your temperatures for the first time.
All right, for our next conversation, we're going to need to just, I think, calm down a little bit. And I know we are joking about this a lot, but it's the South African way. It's how we take the edge off things when they are falling apart, literally in our homes, never mind outside. A water crisis is hectic. It affects every phase of life, from your personal life, looking after your family, your business, everything is affected. And obviously KZN Gauteng really hard hit at the moment. And Zanele is going to do her best to get some answers on the other side of the break.
I love that.
Sure, I'm stressing a little bit.
So don't stress, have some coffee, breathe, it'll be okay. Because in the entertainment front on SABC1, a new drama is going to brace your screens soon. It's called Soon Comes Night, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to get into, thank you.
Just one today, because we need to...
Maybe two, actually.
I was going to say, we need to show both a little bit of fire, but also some temperament.
Some balance.
Yeah, some balance this morning. I'm going to go with my usual 8.
Entertainment, as well as coffee. And, of course, really good advice comes your way straight after this. So, once again, if you are from Gauteng or KwaZulu-Natal this morning, please take heed to all of the things
Weigh in on the conversation.
Please do. And thank you, Graham, for the coffee. Please go make yourself a cup of coffee. And we'll see you straight after this.
It's a little creamer. Look at that. Ooh. Hello.
We deserve it.
Who says no to a cappuccino? Jacobs, wunderbar.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, Zanzi, welcome back. And it is a good morning indeed because we get to kick things off together. But of course, we also get into some very important conversations. Now, when we talk about water in South Africa, unfortunately, it is one that is scarce in terms of commodities. And of course, it is KZN as well as Gauteng that are suffering the most at the moment, where you're finding homes where it's either the low pressure or unfortunately just even dry taps. And there's so many things that are currently happening at the moment that are trying to alleviate this. But at the very same time, it is a crisis. So this is why we want to get to the bottom of it, because it's even been said by experts that no, it's not just about low levels and dams. It's also, unfortunately, all about the pipes, about water leakages, and even just the recovery time when it comes to the maintenance that goes on. So to help us understand a little bit better today about how exactly we are moving forward in terms of the water crisis in South Africa, from WaterCan, we've got none other than Dr. Ferrial Adam, who's here to chat with us and hopefully help us out as a country, forgive me. Everyone, let's give a feel-good welcome. It's Dr. Ferrial Adam. How are you, Ferrial?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And of course, this is a very important conversation, so I want us to jump right into it, because I feel like we're calling it a water crisis at the moment, right? But this is what people feel like it is. You know, what would we say is the root causes of this water crisis at the moment?
So the crisis we're going through right now is an infrastructural crisis, which means it's a human-made or man-made crisis.
Sure.
And that's the challenge, is that we've had 10 years of neglect of our pipes, of our reservoirs, and so that's what's happening right now, and we're experiencing it.
That's so unfortunate. So essentially, we're fighting ourselves.
Yeah,
And
it could have been prevented.
Exactly. And I feel like that's a lot of our problems in South Africa, right? But let's talk particularly about Cosmos City and KwaDengezi, where we're seeing so many long outages going on. You know, what are the biggest risks for ordinary households that face this day in, day out?
So the obvious thing is, you know, we need water for life. We need water for everything we do, for, you know, eating, for drinking.
Yeah.
Young people need it. If people have illnesses, they need to have their meds with clean drinking water, and they don't have it.
Yeah.
So it's affecting everything that we do, from schooling, because young girls are not going to schools because schools don't have water.
Yeah.
And at homes, people aren't drinking enough water, and we need that for our own kind of healthy living. So it's affecting education, it's affecting health, it's affecting our livelihoods, our, you know, people who run small little shops at home, baking, anything like that. It's affecting that little small economy, which is really the heart of our economy in South Africa. We forget it's the small economy that's feeding us.
Yeah.
So it affects all sectors of society. When you have those long outages, it affects right down to the ground.
Dr. Adam, you actually just opened up our minds a little bit more, I think, because sometimes you just think of, oh, I can't have some drinking water, or I can't have a bath, but it's businesses. It's the fact that girls can't go to school, which is so bad. But of course, I think that, you know, when we talk about finding ourselves in a crisis, communication is such a strong part of it, so that people can understand where exactly we are. Talk to us a little bit about when we say service delivery, why is communication so important, and where are we exactly in terms of how good it's actually going with the communities?
I think the open communication allows us to have an open, transparent government, right? So instead of you just having no water and everyone's trying to figure out why do we have no water, looking at WhatsApp groups, we need just the utility to say, this is the problem, this is how long it's going to take to get fixed, and you'll get water 3 days in 3 days or 2 days. This is what you need to do in the meantime.
Yeah.
But we don't have that. So it creates this anger and frustration because people are asking. They ask their councillors. They're trying to get answers and they're not getting it.
Yes.
So that's where you get service delivery protests, because you don't have answers, and then people think the only way to be heard is out on the streets.
Yeah.
And government's feeding that. Right?
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like it's also so unfortunate that even just in terms of all of these different households, people are having to make a way for themselves. Because yes, you have the water tankers and everything else, but it doesn't even get to everyone, right? So then let's get into how a lot of households have decided to employ bottled water as their, let's say, solution, right? You know, what are the socio-economic and even, let me say, environmental consequences of something such as this trying to do that moving forward?
I'm so glad you mentioned the environmental aspect of it, because when you start using bottled water, it's in plastic, right? So the waste from the plastic, that is, if you look at the rivers, if you look at our rivers, let's take Henop's River, for example, Yukske, the plastic pollution it's it's mountains.
Yeah,
You know, it's mountains.
it is.
So we can't. So we need to try and see how do we reduce that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the challenges. The other challenge, you've raised a very important thing, is people reliant on the water tankers or JoJo tanks that, you know, you put the central JoJo tank, people go get it. But what about the elderly?
Yeah.
So we've worked with areas where we've interviewed women, elderly women, who say they're using their SASA grant to pay young people to go fetch their water for them.
Shame, man.
So that is the kind of thing that people are struggling with. So environmentally, yes, it's a problem. Economically, it's a problem. But also, we also did tests of the JoJo tanks of the schools.
Yeah.
Because 25% of our schools don't have running water.
That is
So they have
bad.
JoJo tanks. But the water is not good all the time. You know, that's standing in a tank for days when they go on school holiday. That water's not fit for drinking.
Yes.
So there's those kind of challenges as well.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, Dr. Adam, I'm going to give you just a little bit of homework because we're going to cross to Cape Town very quickly. When we come back, the top 3 things that households can do right now just to kind of help them out for those that are unfortunately finding themselves in that water crisis where they don't have any. We're going to be getting Dr. Adam to answer that in a little bit. Make sure you don't go anywhere because, my friends, the water scarcity is a scary thing and we do need to keep ourselves knowledgeable, right? However, for now, let's cross on over to Cape Town. My gorgeous Carissa, what's going on?
Oh, wow, Marilyn Monroe, let me tell you that we could all look as good as you, especially when we win big. Now, listen, you've got to play Daily Lotto, and that is for an estimated 580,000 Rand jackpot this Thursday. That's over R500,000. Buy your tickets now in-store. Head to the website, nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app. Please go ahead and get that cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for all USSD. Now, all of these details are on our Expresso social media pages. You can go check them out at Expresso Show. And then Panda Pusha Play Daily Lotto for an estimated 580,000 Rand jackpot for your chance to get a big payday. It is month end, so why not? All you have to do is play right now.
And not right now. Or you
Okay.
can do it, but then
Take a
keep
minute.
one eye on your screen. We have addressed, obviously, the massive shortages in water, the pressure points.
Yep.
What can we do about it to become water warriors? Because we can't always absolve ourselves of responsibility. Responsibility often means control. So what can we do to hashtag save water and become water warriors, so to speak? Because I think that time is upon us. Likewise, I was going to say EV, electrical vehicle revolution, but it's electric mobility is upon us. The way we move on the planet and off it and around it is changing. And we're going to give you literally the plug-in after this. See what I did? Because you plugged them in now.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Even on your Feel Good Breakfast show, we're here to have important conversations, Mzansi, because we know about how water scarcity is affecting more and more areas in this country. And this is why we've brought along Dr. Adam from WaterCan to help us understand how can we actually cope in this climate that we find ourselves in. So, Dr. Adam, I gave you a little bit of homework, and I asked you to please tell us what are the top 3 tips that you can give us to kind of survive any sort of water outage that we might face. Forgive me.
Okay, so the first one is to reduce our use, right? So in the house, when you're having a bath or showering, whatever, try to collect as much water as you can so you can use it in your garden.
Okay.
So that's kind of reusing, recycling the water.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The second thing that we need to do is prioritize your drinking water. you're obviously not going to be able to drink the same water that you've reused.
Yes.
So you need to figure a way out of how do you keep your drinking water separately and try to keep it in a cool place.
Yeah.
And be aware that that's your drinking. So separate them out.
Yes.
The third thing is we need people to report. So report the leaks, report the pollution, report the dumping. I know people think that nothing happens. No, but things do happen.
Yes.
So we do see the change. We do see that Joburg Water will come and fix a leak.
Yeah.
And we need to keep doing that. So those are the top 3 things. And the last thing, I know you said
No,
three,
you can add, girl. We need all the help we can
is
get.
that it's very possible to test your drinking water in your home.
How?
We have a water testing kit.
Okay.
So if you email us, we can talk to you about getting a water testing kit. We have a video that can show you how to use it. And then you test your drinking water to make sure the water you're drinking is safe.
I love that. Who can test our water for us? Water can.
Water can.
Amazing. I love that. But I want to jump into a little bit of something that also really, for me, even just going through some of this information, made me feel like it's so unfair. You know, you look at so many communities who go without water for days, and some of us, it's only just for a couple of hours, and we're screaming and shouting. There's a huge inequality issue. Can you talk to us a little bit about how exactly we view that in terms of, you know, the urban areas where you'll find some people who go without water for many, many days or even weeks, and then others who have non-stop water?
Right. So that is a challenge, and that is something that we're trying to highlight with the city, because
Yeah.
you'll get many parts. Let's start with just the urban areas, and let's just look at Joburg, because you talked about Cosmo City. Is if you look at parts of Joburg, they have no water outages.
Yeah.
But there are other parts that are very hard hit.
Yeah.
They have throttling at night. So then what that means is that the municipality, well, Joburg Water closes the water, so you don't have water at night. Then it comes back in the morning. So there's different areas that they're doing that. And what we're saying is that there has to be an equal way of spreading the burden. So it's not just a
Yes.
few areas.
Yes.
But also, if we look at, there are some places in Joburg, you may think it's rural only that suffer the, you know, like not having water for years. There are areas in Joburg that have had intermittent supply. They have like 1 or 2 hours of water a day.
Oh my goodness.
In the south, in Claremont, in Coronationville, that's what's going on.
That's so bad.
We've spoken to people in KZN, because you talked about KZN
Yeah.
as well. There's parts of KZN where they have taps in their homes, but for years there's no water coming out of that tap. So they rely on the streams for their water supply.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of those streams are very polluted,
I can imagine so.
right? And the municipalities are not listening. So that's a challenge, is that all around our country, we've got local municipalities that need to actually just listen to people.
Yes, and can I ask as well, just on this specific topic, you know, what protections should exist for vulnerable communities?
So I think the first thing is that the Constitution says that water is a basic human right. Okay?
Exactly.
That you should not be going out without water for more than 7 days a year,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
So the alternatives need to be put into place so that people have access to clean drinking water.
Yes.
That's a basic.
Sure.
And I think we're also saying municipalities need to do their jobs so that we don't now start feeding that water tanker mafia
Yeah.
that's growing.
Yes.
Water tankers must be a short period of time, not a constant.
It's just like now with the electricity, where we were never supposed to go without electricity for so long, where people have so much money from us getting all of these things like solar panels.
Exactly. And the
Yes.
difference is with electricity, you've got solar,
Yeah.
you've got gas, you've got paraffin. People can make some way to get some kind of power, right?
Yes, with water, what's the alternative?
What's the alternative?
Oh my goodness. But this is why then I want us to get a little bit of hope out of this, because it feels like doom and gloom, right?
It does feel like
it
doom.
does.
But I think what is really exciting for me is the groups that are doing it for themselves. There are hundreds of communities across South Africa that we work with on a daily basis that are actually taking charge of their lives.
Yeah.
They're making a difference in service delivery.
Yeah.
And that's what democracy is about, right? It's not just about voting. It's about being part of the change you want to see.
Love
and
that.
water is the one way we can do it.
I love that. Nelson Mandela would have been proud of that line. I like that. And of course, Dr. Adam, I'm sitting here and I'm just like, you know, there really are so many community-driven initiatives like you're talking about, you know. Do you have any examples for us? Just in terms of maybe someone's out there
Yeah.
and they're like, possibly I can get into it, but I don't even know how.
Yes, I mean, if you look at, we're working with a number of, I'm going to give you a few. There's Pondoland Pride,
Yes.
which is a group that is just thriving. They have river cleanups. They organize awareness days on water. There's Beckersdale, the Be the Future Foundation, where they started out with testing the water with our testing kits.
Yes.
They then prepared a flyer, went door to door to tell people what to do, how to save water, how to boil their water. They've written to their municipality, but the municipality has not responded. In KZN as well, there's a group that they couldn't get the tanks to the community because the roads were rocky.
I remember that story.
So the community went and basically broke down, the gogos went and broke down the rocks so that the cars can come through for the water.
My goodness.
So that's how people are doing things. And it's creating that hope that we don't have to wait for government to do things for us. We can actually start.
I love that. Dr. Adam, thank you so much for coming through. And thank you so much for just your expertise, but also just how passionate you are about this crisis that we find ourselves in. We need leaders like you who are able to show us the way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mzansi, it is unfortunately a water crisis that we find ourselves in, and it only seems to be getting worse. But you've heard about what some of the solutions are and how we can, in fact, help ourselves. And here's to hopefully things getting better in a way that really is just impactful for so many communities that have gone without water for a very long time. We'll continue having these conversations. However, for now, it is all about what's happening in Cape Teasy, Foshizi. Hi, my family.
Oh, Joe Sizzle, my nizzle.
That hair is too much for me this morning. I absolutely love it. I know we get a different Zanele every day of the week. I like this one. Yeah, maybe she can stay for tomorrow and the weekend, maybe. No, she's dealing with some very heavy topics this morning, so well done. And we'll continue on that trend. But right now, they say the biggest threat to our planet is thinking someone else will save it. And I suppose it speaks to us shifting our mindset when we want to hand responsibility away.
Let's not do that. That's why ABSA is stepping up in a bold new way. In a South African first, they partnered with global electric vehicle powerhouse BYD to launch innovative green vehicle financing. And our girl Ayanda Chitabete got behind the wheel with an exclusive look at the future of driving.
Financing the future means making sustainable choices today. And today we join the incredible team at ABSA for a first in South Africa as they partner with global leaders in EV, BYD, for green vehicle financing.
We are very excited. What an amazing day partnering with an iconic brand such as BYD, who brings awesome new technology to South Africa, but also, as you can see here, some good-looking vehicles. It's also a milestone in the automotive industry because ABSA is the first financial institution that will offer tailored and affordable green energy financing products for customers who are buying BYD's new energy vehicles in South Africa. We are offering a range of products including retail finance, wholesale finance for motor dealerships. We're offering insurance products and value-added products.
And how does this partnership align with ABSA's ESG goals?
At ABSA, we're fully committed to achieve our carbon emission neutrality targets by 2050. We are also proud that we have reduced our operating emissions by 33.2% since 2018, and we have achieved our sustainability funding target of 100 billion rand 1 year ahead of our target. Ultimately, what we want to do is get more customers into new energy vehicles that supports a greener mobility automotive ecosystem.
Of all the options you had, why did you decide to choose to partner up with ABSA?
Through a very, very careful selection process. But with that process, ABSA came on top. We later discovered that ABSA has its own green finance portfolio. And they are super focused on promoting and developing the market that exists, which is the new energy vehicle market.
Once you partner up with a big bank, then we know you are playing in the big league. So the fact that they've now set up a partnership and they can offer finance, and it's a unique finance, means that BYD is definitely on the radar. And as one of the most innovative electric vehicle brands out there, this is a great sign for South Africa.
You are currently sitting in the C-Line 7. It's a fully EV model of ours. It does 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds, and it's 390 kilowatt. The nice things about it, it actually has a voice command system, which is called the BYD voice command. So you can actually just prompt it by saying, "Hi BYD.
What's up?
Open my window."
All right.
There's a lot of things you can do with it as well.
Oh my goodness!
Open the sunshade.
The blind is open.
Oh my goodness, that is so cool.
Rotate the screen.
Okay, rotating the screen.
What about BYD vehicles makes it appropriate for the South African market?
South Africa consumers, including myself, there is a transition of adapting and getting knowing a new technology. So why BYD is the right product for South Africa? Because this is the time for us to get our hands on a technology that wasn't affordable, but now it's become a tangible product because of this relationship between BYD and ABSA.
Now today we're talking all things green cars, green financing. Can you tell me what the market looks like in the green vehicle finance so far and what has the impact been?
In just 3 years, we've seen a significant interest in the financing of green vehicles in South Africa, which for us shows that there's a good momentum in customers showing some interest in vehicles and the demand is growing.
One thing about ABSA is they never do things the same as everybody else. What makes the offering from ABSA so unique to what is available in the green finance market?
This is not just a product, right? This is more of a holistic view in terms of end-to-end financing of these vehicles going forward, which means that we look at not just the loan of the customers, but we're also looking at the wholesale finance for the dealerships, as well as the loan for the customers, as well as the insurance. In that way, we're looking at a holistic approach that helps to make sure that the full ecosystem of owning the vehicle is covered with this partnership that we've got with BYD.
Every big highway now is covered by electric chargers, so I think it's becoming a lot more commonplace. And the moment a person steps behind the wheel of one of these cars, their mind's blown, and that becomes an easier sell. If you speak to some of the salespeople here at BYD, they tell you the same thing. It's an easy sell once you get the person behind the steering wheel. And I think with the push from a national bank like ABSA, we're going to see a lot more people driving electric cars in South Africa.
Very quality vehicles. We've driven them. When I was driving my partner recently on the launch, he actually got nauseous because there's no sound in the car. So, and it's an electric vehicle, and you sort of feel that vibration. And I was just having fun.
I really enjoy driving an electric vehicle. It was an experience for me transitioning from combustion engine to an electric vehicle. But once I understood what it was about, the performance, the quality of a BYD in terms of ergonomics and aesthetics, I found that incredibly satisfying.
Ultimately, what we want to achieve through this partnership is to get more South African consumers into more of these BYD new energy vehicles through our financing products.
With ABSA and BYD leading the charge, South Africa is a step closer to a greener and cleaner future. The story of an electric journey is in the works.
Mind blown.
You don't understand. We were talking about a future like it was 50 years in the future, and it is here.
Today,
Absolutely love that.
yeah, my goodness, a major move toward cleaner roads and conscious choices at the end of the day. With ABSA and BYD driving the green revolution, the future of mobility isn't just electric, it's empowering. And tell us why, Graham.
I'll tell you why, and I'll even give it a hashtag. Your story matters.
From future cars to a present crime drama series, we've got to get into Soon Comes Night. It's a new one, 6-part, in fact, that's entering into the SABC One world, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So Zanele has the privilege of sitting down with the lead man, and we get the details of that crime drama coming soon.
Was there ever such main character energy? No, he's getting his time, and we absolutely love that for South Africans. It has been, it almost feels like we've squeezed in a whole show already, okay? It's that kind of day today, purpose-driven, passionate with a whole lot of love. We'll connect with you on the other side of this. Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's all about feeling good right here on S3. And Zansi, it's so good to be with you, especially when we get to celebrate one of our SABC family. Now listen, Sunday nights shall never be the same again, my friend. I tell you this all in the name of the fact that Soon Comes Night is coming to us. And we cannot wait for the fact that you are about to be entertained. And actually, it's already here. And we are sitting with somebody who is one of these leads who is taking us on a beautiful journey where we hear about somebody who was a liberation hero turned heist king. And now we get to follow the story, and there's so much going on, but I'm not going to break it down. We got so many questions for this king that I am talking about. In fact, he's award-winning. Everybody, let's make some noise for none other than Kwenzo Ngobo. Kwenzo, alrighty.
Yeah,
Kwenzo, welcome to the SABC.
Thank you.
How does it feel? Do you feel good?
Does you join what I'm seeing.
You're so silly. Mike Kwenzo, firstly, we have to start off by saying congratulations on the award that you just won. And I honestly feel like this for you is it's another milestone that just proves just how talented you are. Talk to us about it. How do you feel right now?
Yes. It means a lot to me because I think I work hard every day into telling stories and just crafting my work in a great way, and also just inspiring izingane lapha emalokishini nasemakhaya ubatshela ukuthi lento iyenzeka amaphupho ayafezeka.
Amen. And you are showing that dreams come true. I mean, winning a whole entire Best Actor at the Simon Mabunu Sabela Awards.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And I genuinely feel like this is just you now, just racking up the awards for all the hard work that you've been putting in. Because now officially, Soon Comes Night is going to be on SABC. Let's jump right into it because your passion has now brought you to the SABC.
Yeah.
Let's talk about just, what the series really touches on and what historical events it really follows even.
So Soon Comes Night talks about a liberation hero turned heist king and apartheid cop back in the day who is seeking for redemption.
Yeah.
And basically, my character is Alex Shabane, who is fighting the new government because of their personal issues.
Yeah.
So I don't want to spoil it for everyone.
Yes.
I think it's best to go to my movie one.
Alex Shabane, talk to us then about, just the similarities between you and Alex. Because a liberation hero,
It's very cool. I think it is inspired by real life characters.
Yes.
People who have been exiled and who went through the struggle, fighting for the liberation. For izingane which is cool, so I don't have any similarities from those people.
Hi, Bo. Is Alex a good-looking man? I'm joking. Just in terms of you and having to find parts of Alex inside of you, was there any parts where you were like, I can use this part of me or that part of me?
I had a very short time to prep for this character because I was shooting another production. So
booked and busy.
Yes. So it was very short. But I used that time to just go through the history, MK soldiers, and basically ngabuka my interviews at Chris and Gakul. I think they painted a picture for me what it was back there, exile, there was so many struggles and there was so many stories esingazazi abantu abaningi base South Africa abangangazi bezwe ngazo. So I think looking into Chris and his life helped me a lot.
Beautiful. Kwenzo, this is why you are winning awards, my brother. You're even doing research. I love it. And of course, I know it comes with really, a big responsibility to portray such a character because of the weight of our, history and everything. But talk to me then, what was the most challenging part of portraying Alex Shabane?
The most challenging part, I think, is when I lost my dad during the shoot.
He loses his dad?
Yeah.
Oh, my word. Okay, sorry. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was stressed. So it was very difficult to dive into different emotions back then. But with the crew that we had, the producers, the directing team, to navigate through the shoot and then spread that.
Amazing. And is it a piece of work that you're very proud of?
I am.
I love that. And Puti, I mean, you know, so many South Africans, you know, millions here at the SABC, that's what we deal with. You know, they're going to be tuning in. Talk to us. You know, what is it that really makes the story unique? If you had to, you know, have just had the experience of having watched it over the last little bit, what would you say is the thing that sticks out most that everybody should tune in for?
I would dive in technically. You know, the crew, I think, Benza, like umsebenzi omuhle kakhulu in terms of putting the show together.
Yes.
My core actors, I think they've done an amazing work.
Yeah.
The producers, the creators, I think all the credit goes to them. You know? So it's very unique into taking that angle and telling the story in that way. It was mind-blowing reading the script and then seeing it finished.
Beautiful. And one last thing before we wrap things up and tell everyone where they can find it. You know, the cast, forgive me, has been really, really amazing.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. How was it working with everyone, and what was your favorite part of just getting to do this with them?
Very supportive people, you know. Great ensemble collaboration. It was on point. You know, that's why I would see losing my dad in the process. Banks is cool to be able just to stick to the story and the character, and I think we created a family during the shoot. So
that's beautiful.
Lovely.
And wait, Gwenzo, are you saying Alex Shabane lost his dad?
No. I mean, myself.
You lost your dad.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Gwenzo. I literally did not even understand that. I thought you were talking about that. You see, I was confusing you and Alex.
English sometimes is UK
no,
English.
even me with the English.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Gwenzo. But I genuinely feel like that just speaks to your strength and even speaks to the strength of the people around you.
Yes.
And I can imagine he's just proud of you no matter where he is. And well done.
Yes, thank you.
100%. Congratulations, Puti. And like I said, welcome to the SABC. I think this is a perfect way for you to join the family. What's next? Generations? Bringing back Isidingo? Or what's going to happen?
I think maybe because I want to grow into the business, I think maybe producing something with generations, you know, telling some beautiful stories.
I love that. That's beautiful. Well, Gwenzo, we will be waiting for it. And congratulations again, Puti.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Award-winning actor, it is Gwenzo Ngobo, officially joining the SABC. Thank you very much. And where can you find him? Well, my friend, these are the details you need to know. Every Sunday, 8 p.m. on SABC 1. It is Soon Comes Night. And yes, you can see he is a big star, but he's joined by other big stars to tell this really incredible story of a liberation hero turned heist king. And I hope you're ready for it, Mzansi. But for now, I hope you're ready for the rest of this beautiful feel-good breakfast show. My beautiful Cape Town family, what are we still looking forward to?
I wish I had a bit more. Oh, man.
Ooh, very, very excited for that. We also are being very cheeky and naughty behind the scenes. I mean, we can all be a Cupid one day.
Maybe. I'm going to shoot that arrow in that direction.
If you know what we're talking about, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay, we are going to whip up something truly delicious, really healthy, and it kind of smacks of leftovers. If you're looking for a quick meal that is nutritious and delicious, these creamy mushroom and spinach stuffed sweet potatoes come together in under an hour, probably even less, packed with fiber, with iron, immune-boosting antioxidants that are vital at this time of the year. And obviously that comes from the spinach and the mushrooms, plus the slow-releasing energy of sweet potatoes. Absolute gem. A wholesome, comforting dish you'll want to make again and again and again.
And again.
And again. I said under an hour. We don't have an hour to do it.
This
Can we
will
do it
take
in 7?
seconds.
And I know your way, and I feel bad because I kind of called you out for doing your white sauce like everything all at once.
But I did do it
You just
everything
went
all
like,
at once, and
okay.
it did not work
So we're
out
not doing
well.
that this morning. You have been very gently
I've been trying
browning,
to,
just softening.
Trying to redeem myself over here.
Our onions.
And they're looking good. They're getting to that translucent but not burnt point of onions. I don't mind a bit of char, but let's not go too far with
Yeah,
it.
man. And believe it or not, onions, just like garlic, have a really high sugar content, which is why they burn. They get that acrid burnt taste.
Right, but if you get to that sweetness, that point just before,
100%. Look
it's
at you, man. You
amazing.
found the sweet spot.
Clem told me
in
yesterday.
Cooking. Yeah. And now you've figured it out. All you've got to do is take the intellectual property from the last amazing chef you interviewed and pass
Bring
it
it
off as your
in.
own with the next amazing chef that you have. It's as simple as that. You really have taken the lead here with the cooking this week.
That's right.
And you've embraced it.
I'm trying to be a wife, Graham.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm saying?
You
Even have the wife nails now,
Oh,
so
wow.
we're getting there. We're really stepping into the role.
I do like a little French manicure, though. That is gorgeous. That's wedding vibes right over there. Absolutely beautiful.
So we've got our mushrooms,
Mhm.
we've got our onion, our knoffel, and then we're going to go in with our spinach
and what
as
is
well.
an Afrikaans?
Oh, you did teach me.
I did.
A
'cause it's
scampion.
Scampion.
A scampion.
And spinachi is what I'm going to call it.
Spinachi.
I don't know what it is in Afrikaans. I know it
It's
sounds
something
similar to
like
that.
A spinios.
A spinias.
A spiniasi. Okay. Ooh, this is a huge spinach leaf.
I
Look
know.
at that. I'll keep that one for you.
And luckily, spinach goes like this. So don't worry, you're going to think that you have too
Wait,
much.
what was that
And it's
sound?
going to look like garnish at the end. That's just the way spinach works. But it packs such a punch. So many healthy ingredients in
For
there.
real.
You know, we talk about the antioxidants, the iron in
Yeah.
spinach. I like the flavor profile of baby spinach a little bit
Same.
more. If you want something a bit earthy, which might actually work in this sense, because you've got a very earthy sweet potato. I like it. Do you like the orangey sweet potatoes?
I
Do you think
really
they're different?
do. I think, are those the Japanese ones or are these the Japanese
no
ones?
idea.
I really like
Yes.
this. Yes. I really like the orange ones. I don't mind these, but to me they're too similar to regular potatoes. So if I'm going to go for something different, give me
I think
different.
you're great, okay? I think this is a complimentary dish, so you've got to be really nice to it this morning. I
she's
love the way
sensitive.
that the flavor develops as you roast a
That's
sweet
also
potato.
true, yeah.
So for me, I think happy place on a braai, bit of tinfoil, great. If you are pushed for time, you can even put it in the microwave,
You
yo.
can. Just make sure you put some
Goes boom.
marks in
Okay,
there.
because it will explode. A lot of pressure builds up in there as the moisture tries to release.
Exactly.
And you want that moisture to help cook it from
Yeah.
the inside, but you don't want an exploding sweet potato.
That's right. Growing up, my mom made sweet potat, but she would make a sweet version of it. So she would kind of steam it in a pot with like some sugar. Didn't like it.
Oh, was
but
that a bit too much?
Yeah, I prefer savory potato.
That sounds like an Afrikaans way of doing something. Let's
It
just
is.
add
Add
some
some
sugar and
sugar.
cinnamon,
Make it
and
good.
and we make it delicious.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
that's the joy here. You've got something that kind of sits with one foot in sweet, one foot in savory. You can make it
Right.
nice and umami, and I think the mushrooms, I think, are going to really bring that umami. And if you want to cook along, you can scan the QR code that is on the screen right now. And we try and make this as interactive as possible because you learn through practice.
Exactly.
I think how you have developed as a chef by
Right.
taking the reins over even like the last 3 weeks, it's more
It's
just getting over yourself,
practice,
eh?
Yeah. And sometimes you got to move with confidence. I was a bit too confident with the white sauce earlier this weekend,
did
but I just did that.
And you
But
can't.
now maybe the hack is just cream. I don't know. Instead of making a whole
That's anxious.
bechamel.
So you're putting a lot of the most expensive cheese on the planet
How much was
right
I
in there.
supposed to put in it?
As much as you can, because it's the most expensive cheese on the planet. And I don't know when they're going to give us any more.
Somebody say when.
Yeah, no, I think that looks great. And you can do your own flavor profile here, but you've got a nice funky cheese. I'm guessing this is a Padano.
smell.
Nice, strong, funky Italian
That's
cheese.
right.
It's going to do the job.
Oh, yum.
And what I like about this is you're not overcooking everything. So the spinach still has that beautiful green pop, which means we
green,
haven't cooked
yeah.
out the nutrients.
That's true.
You've got the meatiness of our sampion.
I love a mushroom.
I was about to say, and asbestos hands, because she just grabbed a ramekin. So just make sure.
Didn't even think about that. The ramekin is good. The potato is pretty much cooked. This can go in the oven, or you could eat it just like that.
Soma, yeah.
Yeah, it's ready to go. But if you want to put more cheese and have it get like nice and gooey in the oven, that's also a nice
I like it.
option
And I'm
for you.
thinking, looking at this, because it is quite a delicious, unctuous mixture in there. I think a bit of a char on the skin of the potato, just a bit of
Ooh.
crisp there. I'm okay with that. I like the difference in textures, but that looks absolutely beautiful. And then,
One more
yeah,
step.
microplane a little bit more love and joy on there. Just
That's
because we haven't
exactly what it
depleted
is.
all of the most expensive cheese on the
Half
planet.
of it's on the
And you
ground.
don't have to use this cheese. If you scan the QR code, you'll get an ingredients list, but you can chop and change in accordance with what's in your pantry. And I think a
Mozzarella
meal-
would work really great.
Oh, 100%. I would probably add a little bit of chili, maybe a little bit more garlic, just to ramp it up. But who says going veg isn't interesting? This is a flavor bazooka.
Oh, that looks fantastic. Packed with nutrients as well, but not compromising on flavor. Once again, that QR code to cook along with us and head straight to the recipe tab on expressoshow.com is on your screen right now. Open your phone, head to your camera, take a selfie, send it to us, and then scan the code, and then you can join us right here in studio.
And this looks so beautiful. It looks like it could have been created by an interior designer, someone of the ilk of Tia Henderson, who is so gifted. She absolutely rocked season 1 of My Design Rules. And of course, with season 2 building up, we want to know what that experience was like. What has it opened? What doors has it unlocked since then? Cannot wait to find out.
Very excited about that. So make sure you get the recipe, get your coffee, and prepare yourself for some more greatness on the other side of it. You definitely deserve to taste that.
I'm just trying
Just one champion, and you're good.
Champion.
For the champion in studio. Yum. That's a 10 out of 10. We knew it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, right here on S3. It's just gone 7 o'clock, so let's get into those national news headlines. Where Women's Month officially launches tomorrow at Sandton Convention Centre with a Women Trade Intervention Dialogue led by Minister Sindisiwe Shukunga. Now, the event, supported by sports, arts and culture and private sector partners, celebrates the role of women in fighting discrimination as well as shaping democracy. This year's theme is Building Resilient Economies for All and focuses on economic inclusion and empowerment. Now, it's a chance to reflect on progress since 1994 and spotlight women's resilience, achievements and leadership across society, business as well as public life. In other national news, US President Donald Trump has said he'll likely skip November's G20 in South Africa, citing, quote, dangerous policies and repeated debunked claims about violence against white citizens. Now, tensions escalated after Trump showed journalists a controversial video at a White House meeting with Cyril Ramaphosa. The US has now slapped a 30% tariff on South African exports and granted asylum to some Afrikaners. Trump's rhetoric echoes tech billionaire Elon Musk's past comments, further straining already frosty ties between Pretoria and Washington. In your international news-making headlines, 7 more people have died of malnutrition in Gaza, bringing the total to 154 since the war began, 89 of them children. Now, UN food security experts say famine is now a real-time crisis. Israel denies aid restrictions, but UN agencies and allies dispute this. Now, in Rafah, 6 Palestinians were reportedly killed near a food distribution center before it opened, allegedly by an Israeli tank. Now, though the Israel Defense Force claims it fired only warning shots at the present moment. The humanitarian situation continues to deteriorate as tensions flare aid access. Ending off with this story where public hospital nurses in Nigeria have embarked on a 7-day warning strike demanding better pay, working conditions and more staff. Now, the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives said it'll escalate to a full strike if the government doesn't act. Talks with Labour Minister Mohammed Dingyadi broke down the week. this week. Now, patients are already feeling the pressure, with hospitals bracing for more disruption. If the walkout becomes indefinite, it will mark the country's first major nursing strike in over 20 years. And ending off on a feel-good note, where thousands lined Birmingham streets as Ozzy Osbourne's funeral cortege wound through his hometown yesterday. Now, a week after his death at 76, we still are celebrating the life he lived. Led by a brass band playing Black Sabbath anthems, the hearse passed Villa Park and his childhood home, cheered on by fans chanting Ozzy, 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 and tossing flowers. Now, on Black Sabbath Bridge, his wife Sharon, flanked by children Jack and Kelly, placed a pink rose among dozens of tributes. With balloons, scarves, and messages lining the railings, the moment turned deeply emotional. Our family hugged, fans sang, and Sharon raised a peace sign in thanks before the procession moved on. Private funeral will be held today. We definitely think about his family in this time of mourning, but thank him and know that his legacy will continue through his music. So we leave your 7 o'clock news. Let's get into some sporting highlights with Gray.
Thank you so much, Carissa. We start this report in the pool, and proudly so, with Chris Smith delivering a standout swim in his first ever global long course final, finishing 6th in a very tightly contested 50-meter breaststroke final at the World Aquatics Championships in Singapore yesterday. So to put it in perspective, he clocked 26.75 seconds, just 0.21 seconds off the African record, and then shaved more time off his personal best that he, of course, hit in the semi-finals just the day before. So an incredible moment for him. And some big moves being made in football now, as Luis Diaz has completed a big money move from Liverpool to Bayern Munich, signing up until 2029. So the €75 million fee makes him now the third most expensive signing in Bayern's history. The Colombian winger replacing the injured Jamal Musiala, and he says he is targeting, quote, every possible title. He leaves Anfield with 4 trophies already and 17 goals to build on from last season. Now, some awful news from England's perspective in cricket. Their talismanic captain, Ben Stokes, has now been ruled out of the 5th and final test up against India with a shoulder injury, and quite a serious one. This obviously a major blow as the hosts look to seal the series at the Oval. So vice-captain Ollie Pope, who's also had a good run, will step in as skipper, with Stokes now facing up to 10 weeks on the sidelines after bowling a very heavy workload across the series, but they've certainly needed him. So they're going to need someone to step into that space. Now, someone who created space around her yesterday, Mauritian rider Kimberly Lecourt-Pinot made history, becoming the first African to win a stage at the Tour de France Femmes. So her later downhill surge in Stage 5 also reclaimed the yellow jersey. The 165.8 kilometre stage saw multiple crashes, sadly, and some big names dropping off. But the 2023 champion Demi following, she finished 2nd on the day to keep herself very much in contention. That's where we leave our sport for now. The roads should be up and running with a couple of incidents to report on. Let's get the latest there.
Well, let's check in with your roads for the first time, and we get started in KZN out in Westbrook, where there's a stationary vehicle on the N2 southbound at Tonga Toll Plaza. Now, the left lane is closed, so please, if you're headed on that way, please do drive carefully and stay alert. Let's head over to the mother city out in Mowbray, where there is congestion on the M5 North ramp to the N2 inbound. So expect delays, and please have your headlights on in this very, very rainy and wet weather. That's where we leave your roads. Let's check in with your weather. Well, in your weather news this morning, the South African Weather Service has issued multiple yellow warnings for today as icy temperatures, disruptive snow and gusty winds sweep across parts of the country. Now, very cold, wet and windy conditions are expected in the southern Namakwa district, the Western Cape interior and parts of the Eastern Cape. Now, snow may cause road icing and delays between Graaff-Reinet and Queenstown, and damaging winds could disrupt power and communication in the Eastern Cape interior. Rough seas from Saldanha Bay to Port Edward may endanger small vessels as well as impact harbour operations. Well, before we leave your weather news, we have to top it all off with your sunrise view of this hour. We move from KZN into the Western Cape, and let's see what Robert has for us, representing Cape Town. Okay, I see you went beach view to beach view with the previous image, and Robert, you have done a fantastic job. That bird in there is definitely a paid actor, and just a beautiful image of those clouds in front of the sun, in front of the ocean. There are layers to this, and you've definitely achieved an A+. Well, 14 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town, and brace yourself for a windy and cold day ahead. 0630369649 is how you get in touch with us with your pictures as we get into your temperatures once again.
Wow. First of all,
up
Uppies,
there.
we love you. We see you. Sutherland, we are sorry. -6. Come on.
-6 is crazy.
Now, just because she hasn't had enough post-traumatic stress syndrome since leaving live TV's craziness, we've brought Tia Henderson back from season 1 of My Design Rules. How are you, my friend?
Really well, thanks. And yourself?
Is it terrifying being back in TV land?
It's a bit something to get used to again.
We are here for you, girl, but we are so proud of what you've achieved. Cannot wait to plug into your journey again.
You're doing so well. And then, of course, because Tia's here, she also deserves a coffee break. And we'll be going through the journey and the process of what makes a really great cup of coffee, along with Jacobs, in just a little bit. I think a coffee is even necessary now. Yeah. Before we get into it, you grab a cup of coffee too. You deserve it. Why not? We're not judging.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you for choosing us on this beautiful Thursday morning to enjoy the next 3 hours along with us. And right now, I'm personally dreaming about a space that reflects my style, Graham.
And I think we can all dream a little bit more after season 1 of My Design Rules. Sometimes it's got to start with that creative spark. Your design journey begins right here. In fact, with Boloqa, we've seen what they can do in the space. Entries are now open for the brand new season of My Design Rules. It's a game changer, a life changer, a chance to turn inspiration into reality.
Oh, please.
Bricks and mortar.
You did say manifestation station for a reason. And it's all about transforming these 3 4-bedroom white box houses in the stunning Paarl Valley lifestyle estate and farm in Paarl in the Western Cape into something truly special. Now, each duo will bring their unique style and expertise to the table as they transform their empty buildings into luxury designer homes. And the winning duo will claim a grand prize of 400,000 Rand.
Oh, and of course, there is 100,000 Rand for the viewer's favorite as well. This is big money. So here with us today, I'm sure feeling a mix of terror and absolute relaxation because she doesn't have to go and redesign one of these white box houses. Season 1's brilliant contestant, Tia Henderson.
Good morning, Tia. Are we feeling good?
Yeah.
Gave you the coffee now, you're energized. Like Graham said, the pressure's off because you're not part of season 2, but season 1. Tell us a bit more about your experience. How was that for you?
I think it was just such an eye-opening experience. We were given such a great platform to be able to just be creative and design according to our own styles. And it wouldn't have been possible, obviously, without my partner, Zweli. We took on the challenge together and we were just able to separate tasks and achieve what we needed to.
And you had a really cool chemistry as well. It was kind of like the journey evolved as you guys connected with each other. Obviously, you were put through the most, but you also had some wonderful defining moments. And I think for anyone entering the show, it's not just about winning. It's about putting your brand out there, your take on creativity. In fact, I want to relive one of those moments right now. Take a little look at this. So many awards were won in season 1 by this incredible designer. I want to take a look at this and see how it makes her feel now that the journey has continued a little bit.
At Boloqa, we love celebrating every beginning because you know that that beginning is the journey towards a successful project. You've all got fantastic futures ahead of you in terms of design, and I look forward to following your careers and see what else you're going to do. The winning duo, as voted by from Boloqa employees, is Team Water.
Hey! Well done, well done.
Well done, bro.
Ooh.
I mean, is it freaky going back into that space? Because I'd actually forgotten just how much pressure was on your shoulders. What was that experience like? Because you are so in it and you're dealing with so much pressure and then budgets aren't working out and that one thing isn't working out, that thing's not fitting. When you get that kind of validation from people in the industry, in the cauldron like that, what was that moment like for you?
I think it just made us feel like all the hard work and all the pressure was definitely worth it. There was such a build up towards the finale, like working all those extra hours, pulling in late nights just to get everything sorted and ready for the finale. So once the finale was finally there and we were awarded all these awards, we were just so stoked and so impressed with ourselves that we just kept pushing through all the difficult times and it just felt like it was really worth it.
Oh, that is incredible.
It's such a brilliant working model.
Exactly, and the fact that it doesn't end there, the success definitely continues. So once the show wrapped up, season 1 was done, what doors has it opened for you today? What's been happening since?
So once I left the competition, I definitely knew that Cape Town is my place to be.
Amazing.
So I managed to find work in Cape Town and I'm more into the interior commercial space, which is quite a difference from where I was as an architectural technologist. So I'm just stepping into the interior design field and trying to sponge as much information as I can.
That's incredible.
Because I think you hit on this dynamic when you do the show, like you're often your worst enemy. You stand in the way of maybe that next big decision. There's fear, I know, but unless you've been in it and you've actually experienced it. So now you've made a lot of these decisions. I'm going to call it in a safe zone because it's not the real working world. As much as there was pressure there, you've got so much to lean into now. You've in fact taken it in a new direction, which is amazing. It begs the question, why should that designer, that Tia that's now staring at the opportunity and maybe is fearful of what that might mean for her, for him, for his career, for her career, what do you have to say to them?
I think if you have, like, if you're thinking about it, definitely enter.
Just do it.
Yeah, a competition really allows you to push yourself and push your limits of design and just be creative. Like, you never know what you're willing to, like, grow, and under pressure you grow so well.
Got to put
So I
yourself
think,
there.
yeah, you just have to put yourself out there and, like, go through the process. It'll definitely be worth it.
I like that.
Clearly.
Tough times don't last.
Clearly.
Tough people
Clearly.
last. And we're here for Tia Edison on the couch today, having had a successful first season. The guys that are getting into the second season, I'm pretty sure, are a little bit anxious because it's the unknown. They don't know what to expect besides what they're seeing that you did. What sort of advice would you give them in terms of lessons you've learned from season 1?
I think stick to your design style and stick to the choices that you've made in the beginning. Don't allow yourself to just change your design and your layouts very easily. I know that you do have to make revisions in order for things to get better, but I think just stick to your heart and stick to what you feel fits that space and what you think is correct. Also, this is a platform for you to dig into your own creativity. So, like, go all full out. Like, there's no limits.
And you've got amazing partners all ready to give you the best in the equipment, in the surfaces and everything, but there's also tradesmen working behind the scene. These guys do it every day, so you are going to learn absolutely so much. What are you most proud of? If you look back, because you must have a couple of those gut check moments, because life is very different back then, and you've done so much through this journey. What are you most proud of?
I think Zweli and I kind of just taking it into our own hands. So sometimes the tradesmen wouldn't obviously be able to help us, or there would just be too much for them to do. But Zweli and I actually dug in ourselves. We were painting the walls. We were
I feel you, girl. I've just gone through 2 weeks of that, and I feel your pain, your tears, your paint-stained tears as they roll down your cheeks. Did you guys plan your outfits? Because you were also unbelievably stylish throughout.
No, we actually didn't plan our outfits. We would just show up, and then we would be in a similar outfit and we'd be like, wow.
We're aligned.
Chemistry, babe.
Exactly.
Chemistry.
We're on the same page together. Well, thank you, Tia, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I'm pretty sure you put many people at ease going into the second season of this, so we appreciate all of that insight. And if you think that you have got what it takes to be on season 2 of My Design Rules, begin with Buco. Visit mydesignrules.tv now, and you can enter to be one of the 3 design duos, but entries do close on the 10th of August.
Calling all design dreamers. Do you think you've got what it takes to turn this into this? My Design Rules, South Africa's hit interior design reality show, is back. It's bigger than ever, with R500,000 Rand in prizes up for grabs. 3 talented design duos will transform 3 4-bedroom white box houses in the stunning Paul Valley lifestyle estate and farm, right here in the beautiful Cape Winelands. We are calling on up-and-coming design duos from across South Africa. And whether you're friends, family, partners or colleagues, we want to hear from you. To enter, you have to be 25 years or older, have at least 2 years of practical experience, and at least one of the members in the duo needs to have a qualification in architecture, interior design, or a related field.
Visit mydesignrules.tv. Entries close 10th of August. T's and C's apply.
Oh, and those T's and C's, they do apply, honey. And I'm so excited for the new season. But something else I'm excited about is us diving on into how to make the perfect cup of coffee. We all know it starts off our morning on a high, especially when you do it with Jacobs, which is why today we're going behind the scenes to understand how can we get to that perfect one that really suits us. And I am so keen for us to get to know the beautiful lady who's helping us to understand how Jacobs is genuinely all about sustainability, carefully sourced beans, and even bold innovations that we see every single time. But we're also getting into that beautiful cup. Everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome. It's Saskia. Saskia, how are you?
Oh, I'm so well. I'm so happy to be here with everybody
We're
today.
so happy to be with you, my lovely.
Yeah.
Saskia, let's jump right into it because I feel like, you know, you've got some delicious things going on over there, right?
Of course. What is a coffee interview without coffee? So I've brought along our beautiful Jacobs Origins Brazilian Colombia bean, which is a nutty, citrusy, mild roasted bean. And I've grinded the coffee to a medium size.
Nice.
And you need around 50 grams for a pot of coffee. So, yeah, straight after, we're going to enjoy some coffee.
Yay, I'm so excited. But I want us to jump on into the Jacobs story because I feel like it's one that's so unique. And of course, you know, in terms of just where it's grown and where it ends up when we talk about the coffee beans, what is it that we need to know about our Jacobs family exactly?
Okay, so I mean, being from nature, you obviously need plantations, and there's actually over 70 countries across the world where coffee is grown, all situated on the coffee belt.
Yes.
And there's actually over 12.5 million plantations across the world.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
with 125 million people being dependent on the production of coffee, directly dependent, and over 800 million people being indirectly dependent on the production of coffee.
Yes.
So obviously you get many species and different varieties, but only mostly two are used for coffee production. That's Arabica and Robusta. So JDE selects both Arabica and Robusta beans across the countries where they are grown in.
Yeah.
We use only fresh crops, which means you
Love
get
that.
yeah, you get the best flavor. It's not faded. So that's very important to us. And I mean, getting to harvesting these beans is just the first step, and it takes 4 to 6 years from planting the seed till you can actually harvest the ripe cherries.
Are you serious?
Yep. And that's only the first step, and then after that is where our expertise comes in as well with producing the coffee, right?
Yes.
So all the steps that's involved in that, and then after that we hand it over to the consumer or the barista, whoever's preparing the coffee.
Yes.
And how you handle it and how you serve it is the last two steps for that perfect cup.
That's
Just bringing the circle
beautiful.
together.
Yes, and I also feel like, you know, sustainability is a very big thing on the list of things that Jacob says we're going to get right. Talk to us about that, please.
Sustainability is top of our priorities. We've got a program called the Common Grounds Program, which is all about protecting not just the earth, but also ensuring a future for coffee and for the people that's involved in it. So we've got 3 pillars in our program.
Yeah.
The first one is responsible sourcing. It's obviously where you get the coffee bean from. So coffee is grown on farms. So we work with small farmers, and we've reached over 800,000 small farmers already since 2015.
That's incredible.
We've got over 70 active farm projects, and over 50% of the farmers are already using regenerative agriculture.
Wow.
So it's all about supporting them to make sure there's a future for coffee.
I love that.
Yeah. And the second step is, of course, minimizing our footprint.
Okay.
I mean, your previous interview was all about water preservation and water shortages. And for us, you know, preserving energy, preserving water, you know, making sure we minimize packaging, we don't waste, is very important to us.
Yes.
Our goal is to be net zero by 2050.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, we have to. And I mean, just looking at some of our products, you'll see we don't waste packaging. We use minimal packaging. We even reuse our coffee grounds at our factories to produce energy.
That's beautiful.
So very big focus area for us. And then, of course, people. Connecting people is the last pillar.
Yes.
I mean, it's all about the community. It's about giving everybody equal opportunities and supporting the people that's involved with producing coffee. It's very important to us.
Saskia, I love that. You guys are leading the way and you're doing so beautifully. But let's talk also just about how, you know, Jacobs has a rich heritage. I mean, you've been telling us about the plantations and how there's so many different things that you're currently doing, even with the farmers in South Africa and everything. But that's been for a very long time, which we love. So how do you balance now bringing in innovation and being bold about it with these new age ways while still keeping to that rich heritage we know from Jacobs?
Yeah, we've got over 270 years of expertise in producing coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, and so for us, we understand just like coffee beans are extremely diverse, so are people.
Yes.
I mean, where you grew up, where you stay, your age, your experiences, your culture, that all influences what your perfect cup will be. Your perfect cup might not be my perfect cup, right? So when we produce our coffee, we've actually got a flavor wheel, and we've got over 60 flavors in our flavor wheel.
What?
You're ranging from floral and fruity and sweet, caramel, nutty, spicy,
Amazing.
roasted, smoky. You get so many flavors.
Yes.
And then playing with intensity, mild, medium, strong, extra strong in terms of how you roast your beans. Combining that with all the different flavors that you get available just creates the opportunity to have so many different variations. For us, it's about having a craft coffee for every cup and a brand for every heart. So whether it's your trusted Jacobs Kronen instant that you prefer, or whether it's, you know, your Columbia beans, we truly have a coffee for every cup.
I love that. And I mean, on top of that, it's also just really, really amazing for me that you have so many different flavors, because you genuinely are allowing everyone to come and be a part of this coffee pile.
100%.
Even if you're someone who doesn't necessarily just enjoy coffee on its own, there's a flavor for you.
Yes.
But now let's talk about how the flavors brought out in terms of the way that you guys source your beans.
Yes, so I mean, I said sourcing is the first step, but then producing the coffee from the beans is where our expertise really comes in.
Yes.
So, I mean, the first step after you get the beans, you have to blend it, right? Because you've got different recipes, different formulations that you have to, and that's really where our craftsmanship comes in, because it's a product of nature.
Yeah.
So for us, it's about creating a consistently good cup of coffee that meets your expectations day after day, month after month, year after year, using different quality codes, using the different beans from the different regions, and blending them to perfection to give you the recipe that's produced in each and every one of these formulations.
Beautiful. Well, my Saskia, I mean, for me, I'm seeing there just a different kind of flavor, and I want some, please. Please, can we jump into this beautiful cup that you made over here?
And then just to mention that with JDE, you know, grinding our beans, making sure that we have quality controls right throughout are just as important, because at the end of the day, we champion what makes coffee possible. And that's all the way from seed to cup, because we believe amazing things happen over coffee.
Come on, and they do.
Cheers.
Now I can say with Jacobs, I've been there, done that. You know, like a coffee bean, like bean. Okay, all right.
Love that.
Let me have my first sip of coffee this morning.
Can you smell it?
It tastes like love. It tastes like goodness. Yes.
Love in a cup.
It's literally like, it's so rich. I love that. You see, this is, like we said, my friend, the way to get a perfect cup of coffee. Saskia, you're really good at this. You should go into the coffee business. Listen, I love it when we get to have conversations like this, especially over a delicious cup of coffee. Well done to you and the Jacobs team for just really putting together such a lovely way in which we can enjoy coffee. And like I said, even someone who isn't necessarily a big coffee person, there's something for them as well.
Coffee for every cup.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It is Saskia coming and showing us how we can enjoy a perfect cup of coffee. And that, of course, is with Jacobs. And we absolutely love the fact that you also get to be a part of it, my friend. Any store, get yourselves a beautiful, beautiful Jacobs coffee, and you can allow yourself to have this rich, just traditional taste of what it means to really have a good cup of coffee. And of course, you always can do so rather with Jacobs. We'll see you after this.
Thank you.
Find your wonderful. Jacobs, wunderbar.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Look, another woman with me in studio. It's always a great day when we have Taryn Opel-Nell here in studio with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thanks for spending some time along with us. All the fashion girlies and guys stand up, because from mom jeans to skinnies, Woolworths is the denim destination for all the most wanted denim styles this season. So we've got our stylist in studio with us to help us out with some of her top fresh denim fits. And we've got to get into it because, Taryn, when it comes to different fits, you're wearing the straight leg today.
I'm wearing the mom.
These are the mom.
They are the mom.
But they almost tapered at the bottom.
I know. That's what I love about it.
Oh my gosh. And then I've got like a wide something going on.
We're going to get into it, girl.
Okay. Tell me what you got behind you. What sort of styles are we looking at this season?
We are literally getting to the point, as you can see. Have you ever seen a more
Such an
curated?
empty.
No, but there's a good reason for it, because these are, in my opinion, the freshest drops at the moment at Woolworths in the denim world. So we're going to start with the mom because I'm wearing it. This is a lighter wash.
I do love the light wash.
I do love it too. You know what? It actually like screams new season because it's such a great color to wear in the summer, but you could still wear it all year round, don't get me wrong. But I've got the medium wash on, and the reason I love this is because it's given such a vintage little throwback nostalgia vibe.
100%.
The super high waist, and then the tapered leg, like we mentioned.
It's giving Friends, it's giving 90s.
Exactly, which I find quite flattering.
Yeah.
And I feel like this could work very well with a sneaker as well, or a heel, or a little pointed flat like I'm doing. So that's a really, really, really great piece. Then we're going to go to the cropped denim. This is a cropped wide. You also get a cropped straight. I actually have 2 pairs of cropped straights. They're really, really good. And also me being a short girly, I never find denims that I don't have to alter or shorten. This is the perfect result for that because it just hits in the right place.
A little bit of ankle cleavage.
You
That's
know,
all you need.
and show off your footwear as well. Why not? But I love the little front seam, this very, very dark wash with no sort of bleaching. It's also a great item to take to work because it just looks a little bit more profesh, a little bit more dressed up. So that's a great piece as well.
That grabbed my attention immediately. It is stunning.
I mean, it's stunning.
Yeah.
It's stunning. And then we've got the wide leg. So this has got to be the one that's like, come back and be like, I'm back, I'm here. It's such a cool, cool shape. Sort of like grazes the little ankle there a little bit. This has a little cuff. I see you also wearing one today.
I am, but I
rolled up.
flipped mine up. Meg the
How
stylist
clever.
did that, and it looks so good with with a shirt. It just comes together so nicely. Very classic, very cool girl.
Yes, exactly. I love that it's turned up. It just shows how versatile it actually is.
Exactly.
So something like this could be worn with a denim shirt like I'm doing now and a blazer and you take it to work, or just throw on a trench and some sneakers and it becomes a weekend look. So get your hands on a wide leg. It's also, available in the
darker wash. We love a versatile queen is what I am saying. I'm here for it. Okay, so when it comes to styling the different outfits, I know you've mentioned we've got options when it comes to weekend, when it comes to work. Remind us of these again.
So that is obviously the thing about denim. It's like the versatility that it has. It's just like that piece that you can always rely on in your wardrobe, and how great to see it on body, because sometimes things don't really have hanger appeal, right? So Azra is wearing the denim that you're wearing, except we haven't rolled it up, and she's wearing it with some pumps. This is giving classy. This is giving work gal.
The bag does it for me.
The bag, guys.
Come on.
Can't even look at this bag right now. Let me focus on the denims. It's so, so good. But I can see her going for a little brunch with the girls. It's giving that vibe. It's giving class. And then Letabo is wearing our favorite, the dark denim premium wide leg crop. I mean, I just love this detail. The stitching's incredible. It's almost like a bit of a detail and a highlight is what the stitching's giving. Of course, your back pockets. But we've paired this back to some sneakers just to show how you can dress it down. But again, a slingback heel like you're wearing this morning, Carissa.
Easy.
Perfect combination as well. The leather jackets, basic tee underneath. Perfect. And then a pop of leopard wine knots.
Oh, because it's also a neutral, like you taught me.
Exactly.
Come on.
It is not a trend. It's a neutral. And then we've got Andiswa. I love this vibe because she's wearing the mom jeans like me, but we've rolled it up. So you can also do that. I mean, luckily, I'm actually surprised that I didn't have to do it this morning because
I always has got your back.
I always have to roll up my jeans, but that is just another way of wearing it, which is also really cool. Again, paired back to your sneakers, but I can see you throwing on a heel with this too and taking this to work.
Especially the blazer.
Yeah, the blazer, and then a pop of color with a scarf. I mean, the options are endless.
You know what I'm liking? The fact that all of us lined up, besides you two, have different shoe options.
I know.
You can go sneaker, you can go pump, you can go heel. Also, your pump's like an elevated pump.
I know, because it's got the studs.
It looks like a heel.
And it's got a point.
Oh my goodness. So we are in the future of fashion. I love it. And would you recommend either one? Does it just depend on the occasion?
I suppose, exactly. It really does depend on the occasion and also your vibe. Like, if you're more of a sneaker girl always, why not?
Go for it.
Why not? But I mean, who doesn't love a little bit of a dressing up and, just show
I've
off
seen
your
sneakers with
vibes?
heels.
Sneakers?
Yeah, the sneakers have heels. Let's catch up our fashion
Okay,
news
we have a lot to talk about.
Some sneakers have heels. Best of both worlds is what I'm saying. But I
Okay.
love the fact that you've mentioned all of the options below. And you can even elevate it, like you said, with the blazer and the bag.
And accessories,
Even with the sneakers,
exactly.
the accessories.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Thank you, models, so much for this. That's gorgeous. Taryn, I'm going to have to ask you, though. You know this. Which one is your favorite?
Oh, can I
What's
pick
your
all?
go-to?
Can I pick all?
All of the above?
Can I
I'm
pick
going to say
all?
no.
Oh, no.
You're going to have to pick one.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to go with the white leg. I think this
Lovely.
is something that I can see myself in and day out
Yep.
again, wearing out, wearing at home, wearing with the girls, chilling, doing all sorts of things. But I do love the darker wash, particularly like you're showing me tonight.
Because it is something about a darker wash that feels like it would go with more things.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I actually do agree with that. I think it's because it has that sort of sense of elevation and sort of sophistication,
right.
and that it feels like you can dress it up or down. I feel like the lighter wash just tends to feel a little bit more dressed
casual,
down.
yes. Okay, so I am on the right path
Yes,
there.
you are.
I love it, Taryn. You look stunning. Thank you for coming through. The models, you look absolutely gorgeous as well. And there you have it. Meet the most wanted denim styles of the season, sustainably made, of course, and built to last. And you can shop these looks and more and get inspiration in store, online, and of course on the app. I love the fact that we've got the fashionistas covered right now. And I'm telling you, these denims are also cozy, they are comfortable, and the fact that they're high-waisted, of course, means that they're super flattering to the body. And we have to thank Taryn Oppelnell once again for coming on through and making sure that the girlies look good.
Of course.
I also
Thank
love
you.
your Canadian tuxedo moment.
I'm so glad you noticed.
I did notice.
I'm so
Yesterday
glad
we
you
tried to
noticed.
do this on Graham and it looked stunning.
Oh, I missed that.
He wore the baggy denims, baggy shirts.
Oh, yes.
I'm telling you.
Sounds great.
We've stepped up our game. Megan and you together, powerhouses of note. Another powerhouse, though, is waiting for us out in the Joburg streets. Sanele, what have you got going?
Oh, thank you, my fellow powerhouse. I love you so much, my Carissa. And something else I love as well, Mzansi. It is Rusks. Come on, you know Oma only ever makes the best. And this is why, my friend, too many messages, not enough Rusks. What am I talking about? Friend, we all have that group chat. The one that doesn't stop. Pings in the middle of the night. 50 unread messages by sunrise. There's always just something going on. People are sending 5-minute long voice notes as if they're sending a mixtape to their manager or something. There's just so much going on when it comes to those group chats, and that's why sometimes you need a little bit of a break. And you know we love to div out with Oma with the most delicious rusks in the world, and I love the fact that today we get to sit down with somebody who is too talented for his own good, and someone was celebrating right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Everybody, it is Boloqa. Boloqa, how are you?
Hi, Zanel. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Of course.
Thank you so much.
Boloqa, thank you for coming along and having this depart moment with me. Because
Thanks to you.
of course.
Thanks to SABC. Thanks to Expresso.
We got you.
Thank you so much.
And I feel like, Boloqa, we always get into, you know, those group chats that we don't want to be in. Whether it's family, it's work, it's friends. Do you have any group chats right now that are kind of just hindering your life?
Of course. And I usually leave without saying bye, guys. But sometimes I check what's happening.
Yes.
And check the content.
Yes.
Because I love having my space, you know. You know, there's one thing about artists. You must be always in a space of being creative. So things shouldn't, you shouldn't be clustered too much, you know. So
yes.
I always make the time. I check and see, oh, this one needs me. I have to respond to this one. I'm not always there.
I love that, Boloqa, because you need to protect your peace, Sana.
Of course,
you
it's
need
important.
to. Exactly.
It's important.
So, okay, you said you leave without saying. So, if I want to give you the options where I'm like, okay, which one do you do? Are you the muter? Do you archive? Do you leave? You are the leaver.
I am the leaver. And one thing they're used to me coming back and saying, hey guys, I'm sorry.
Really?
You know
so
my
funny.
job. You know my job. I'm not stable. 1, 2, 3. I'm always traveling. 1, 2, 3, and so forth. So, but they got to understand me.
I love pleading busyness. I am 100% the same, and I do feel like I don't leave. I mute.
You mute.
I mute and I archive. I do both, just so that I cover all my bases.
Yeah,
Leaving, I
yeah,
feel like, but I mean, you know what? WhatsApp has saved us now because they don't necessarily tell people that you've left the group, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
It helps us out a little bit. But talk to me then about how it is you also kind of you get away completely, because of course a Rusk always just makes everything feel right.
Of course, coffee and Oma is my best thing. So in that space of moment, being creative and having my coffee with my Omas, and you know, I get creative, you know, and have my moments. It's important.
It is.
You know, I'm so much used to coffee. I don't think I can, you know, pull even a week without, or a day without, or few hours for that matter.
Yes.
You know?
And what better snack to have than, you know, some Oma Rusks. I love that.
Of course.
But my Boloqa, I then have to ask you, especially in terms of you and the team. I mean, even today, what you're going to be doing, I'm so excited for it because you brought along like an entire team of people that are here to help you with your performance.
Yeah.
Who do you share your Oma Rusks with? Who deserves it?
I think it's my bassist.
Oh, that's so sweet. Why?
Well, it's favorite. It's his favorite, but also he loves chowing this guy so much. So
that's so funny.
So I have to share with him. You know, it's compulsory for me to do that.
That's so sweet. And if we had to say someone you're not going to share with,
it's my lead guitarist.
Why?
Mohale. He finishes
So
within a second. So we've got this tendency of like maybe if we're chowing something, and then we'll call him when we're about to finish the
That
play.
is so funny.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he knows that as well. That is so funny. I love that. And can I ask, can we have our Depart with Omar moment right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show? Can we do it?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Why not?
I think we deserve it, Boloqa. We work hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And of course, we've got
I'm
two
gonna try this one.
options. You want to try the hot cross buns?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go with one of my favorite flavors, which is buttermilk. I love myself some buttermilk. Okay, here we go. We're dipping out.
Yeah.
And this is a dip out for all of those WhatsApp groups that make our lives difficult.
Yeah, guys, we dedicate this to you.
Yes.
We're dipping in for you guys.
Yeah. And dipping out of your
Dipping out,
WhatsApp groups over there.
And good luck. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, I love this. And Mzansi, this is exactly what we want for you. We know that there are those WhatsApp messages, you can enjoy it. Please go ahead, Boloqa. This is
I thought you were going to say 1, 2, 3 game start.
I'm going to do it right now. I first want to quickly tell you about how you need to remember that you can be a winner, Mzansi. And all you got to do is head on over to social media and you tell us how, in fact, it is that you dip out of those crazy WhatsApp groups when they come at you with 50 messages and just pings and all these different things and all the media and all whatnot. We want to hear from you. How is it? Are you a muter? Do you archive? Do you leave? Make sure you use the official hashtag. I don't want to get it wrong. Hashtag dip out with Omar. And of course, there is always a closing date. Monday, the 4th of August. Competition closed. So going into now. And don't forget, my friend, T's and C's do apply. You can find them on expressoshow.com. But I wish you all of the best. And let's do it again. Let's dip out again, my friend.
Okay,
you
1,
and
2, 3, game start. Go.
Game start. Go. Exactly. Thank you.
Dip out with Omar this winter. Tasty, filling, and oh so satisfying. The ultimate winter snack.
And we are back in the kitchen, but the girlies are cooking up a storm in just a little bit. Tia is still here, and you did tell me that you're quite the pro in the kitchen, so I might make you do all of the work when it comes to our delicious sweet potato hash. A really great breakfast, maybe not for a Thursday morning, but why not? Definitely going to add that to your weekend, and I can't wait to introduce you to how to do it exactly. And not only that, we want to get you into how to save your money wisely. As you know, payday has just come, but has it gone? We don't know, but we'll give you the tools to make sure it stretches that much longer on the other side of this break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, Mzansi. You're still hanging out with us, your Expresso Show family, and we are genuinely so proud of you. And can I tell you why? It's because you tried to save, okay? Saving is a very good thing. We know we all need that rainy day account, rather. We all know we need to always make sure that we are, in fact, looking out for the future. But sometimes it's difficult to be able to do so. But ABSA is playing their part, and I want to give you some stats just in terms of exactly where we're sitting as a country when it comes to savings. So in terms of the savings rate, it's sitting at 0.13% of GDP, and only 51% of the population is considered financially literate. Now, friend, in National Savings Month, we need to sit down with our favorite bank, and we get to hear about how it is that we can possibly do a little bit better, but more than anything else, how it is that ABSA is helping us out to be able to do so. So please, everybody, let's welcome none other than Wala Nima Baso, who is the executive of Everyday Advice and Distribution at ABSA, to just help us break this down 100% and get us saving. Everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome, please. Holani, how are you?
I'm very well, and yourself?
I'm amazing, thank you. Let's jump right into it because I need us to get saving. So I want to know, just in terms of Savings Month this year for ABSA, how exactly is it that, you decided to go in the direction of just really focusing and letting us know that that's what you're about this year?
You know, we actually believe that Savings Month is not only just a campaign, it's actually a call to action.
I love
And
that.
at ABSA, we recognize that, people are actually navigating a very difficult economic landscape.
Yeah.
So we're providing them with tools, financial education, and really just empowering them to have the confidence to take control of the finances.
Yeah.
Whether you're a gig worker, or a salaried employee, or someone who's owning a business, we believe that you need to build a culture of saving so that you can actually contribute towards a better financial future for yourself.
That's beautiful. And I love the fact that you guys don't just say, guys, we want you to save. You help us out.
Correct.
Yes. So let's jump into one of those, because I feel like not only do you offer tools, you also offer advice in terms of how exactly you guys offer it with the the PPB, and also just allowing us to really have long-term financial success, which is what we're all looking for, right, Walani? How are you guys doing that exactly?
So what is amazing is that we don't only just apply the same lens to everybody. So we believe that we need to actually cater for you according to your financial stage and journey with you. So we've got goal-based financial planning, and we've got access to financial planners. So you can actually walk into any of our ABSA branches and speak to a financial advisor who can actually help you to journey, help you with budgeting, and provide you with tools to start saving as well.
That's beautiful. Holding our hand almost on the
Correct.
savings journey.
Correct.
But Walani, I also want to say thank you. And I say that because just now you put a list of us as workers and you put the gig workers first. I'm a gig worker. They never put us first. They talk about the professionals first, then they get to us.
Correct.
So now, of course, you guys have so many different products and so many different ways in which you help us out in our different ways. How exactly are you being inclusive and really just allowing us to have something that's suited to each of us?
You know, we actually recognize as a bank that the future of work is evolving. So we need to cater not only just for salaried professionals.
Yes.
We need to cater for gig workers as well. You know, people are not having the traditional 9-to-5 type of employment model.
Yes.
And as a result of that, we've got flexi-save kind of accounts where you can actually go and save without necessarily having a regular income. We also have digital onboarding, which essentially means that you can actually go and get access to any of our products without necessarily having to worry about paperwork. So at any given point in time, when you're ready, we're ready for you.
Beautiful. And I know that a lot of people, sit here being, new age parents and almost go, how can I try and pass on a culture of savings to my children? Especially with, like you said, finding ourselves in a very difficult climate in terms of the economy, but also even then trying to find different ways that we can reach them on places like TikTok and then end. What are practical steps that you would give to parents who want to pass on the culture of savings to their children?
You know, the culture of savings starts at home, right? So if you've got children, you can actually start with simple things such as having a jar, right? Whether it's a coffee jar that you repurpose, but it has to be labeled for saving, for spending, as well as for money to give away.
Yes.
And these are very simple, practical things that you can actually start doing to teach your children how to save. Further to that, you can actually open a junior savings account, which will allow you to actually see how the money grow and your kids can get to experience that. The one I love the most is how, as families, we can sit together and actually put together savings goal, whether it's for a holiday or for you to buy a gadget. Really get your children to contribute to that.
Yes.
Let them work, let them do some chores so that they can at least earn some money and contribute to that as well.
Beautiful.
But lastly,
yes,
we have to lead by examples as parents. They need to show, to see from us that actually it's not going to happen right away. So we need to teach them about delaying gratification, quick gratification, and wait for those moments when you've saved enough to actually go and buy and utilize the money for anything you want.
Beautiful. And of course, I also love the fact that you guys really love, you know, putting in our faces the way in which we can also just use digital tools to really move our savings forward, which I really love, you know, such as your tax-free accounts and things like that. Yes. Which one is your favorite? That's the last thing I'm going to put you at. Well, which one is your favorite in terms of digital tools?
We've got the Absa Rewards. It's such an amazing platform where for spending on groceries or fuel, we actually give you money back. And this is money that you get into your account. You can actually take that amount of money and start putting it into a savings account. You can use a tax-free savings account, which actually is one of my favorites because a tax-free savings account allows you to earn interest without having to pay tax.
Beautiful.
You know, you don't have to pay capital gain tax. So it's a beautiful product, contribute up to 36,000 every year. And it's a wonderful opportunity for you to actually start saving.
Amazing. Well, Annie, thank you so much for all the great work you guys are doing. We always do appreciate it, but I think that it's really amazing how you guys always put us at the core of what you do. So thank you so much for it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Oh, Mzansi, did you hear that? We've got things that can help us to save, okay? And I'm saying that as somebody where it can be really difficult, but there are tools to help us out. And it is Absa that is saying, in Savings Month, my friend, this is just yet another reminder of how you do need to have those savings, but also remember to pass them on to the kids. Because like Walani said, it starts at home. Don't forget, Absa always lets you know that your story matters. And my friend, to start your financial literacy journey, all you got to do is head on over to www.absa.co.za.
All right, so let's inspire you even more for this Klein Vrydag, because you could win big, really big today if you play your daily lotto. There is an estimated 580,000 Rand waiting just for you. So go and get your tickets in store when they open. You can go online right now, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. You can use your own cell phone banking app. Generally, there's a little drop down in there. Or you can just dial *120 *7529# and get USSD straight to your phone. Easy peasy, even easier, because we've posted all of those details on the Expresso social. So when you take in the content, you can also start plotting what you're going to spend your money on. And it's a lot. 580,000 Rand sitting in that jackpot today. Your chance to win big. All the best of luck for that. Before you get ahead of yourself, though, we'll be back in the kitchen. Tia is still in the house. She's going to show her creativity in a different way. And of course, Carissa is at the helm in the kitchen. We are going to tackle another sweet potato recipe. And this one sounds amazing. Perfect for breakfast, in fact. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we know we've been giving you all the feel good this morning. We'll continue that in the final hour, but let's get started with your national news headlines, where SASSA CEO Themba Motlao has called on executives and managers to personally assist clients undergoing grant reviews this August. Now, officers are preparing for high foot traffic between the 5th to the 7th of August, with reviews aimed at verifying eligibility. Now, Motlao says beneficiaries must not leave without help and that staff must address fourth payment date queries professionally. The process has strained local branches in recent months. Now, SASSA promises smoother service and visible leadership as social grant access remains a vital safety net for millions. In other news in the country, Women's Month officially launches tomorrow at Sandton Convention Centre with a Women Trade Intervention Dialogue led by Minister Sindisiwe Chukunga. Now, the event, supported by sports, arts and culture and private sector partners, celebrates the role of women in fighting discrimination and shaping democracy. This year's theme, Building Resilient Economies for All, that focuses on economic inclusion and empowerment. It's a chance to reflect on progress since 1994 and spotlight women's resilience, achievements and leadership across society, business and public life. Now let's take a look further afield at your international news making headlines, where at least 22 people, including a police officer, have died and over 200 were injured in Angola's worst unrest in years. Now, protests sparked by a steep diesel price hike erupted into chaos with looting, arson and widespread arrest. Public hospitals are overwhelmed and most major businesses have shut down. Now, the government blames, quote, agitators for exploiting fuel anger, but critics say the removal of subsidies hit poor families the hardest. Supermarkets, buses, and even ambulances were caught in the violence. Meanwhile, 7 more people have died of malnutrition in Gaza, bringing the total to 154 since the war began, 89 of them being children. Now, UN food security experts say famine is now a real-time crisis. Israel denies aid restrictions, but UN agencies and allies dispute this. Now, in Rafah, 6 Palestinians were reportedly killed near a food distribution center shortly before it opened, attacked by an Israeli tank, but the Israel Defense Force claims it fired only warning shots. Now, the humanitarian situation continues to deteriorate as tensions flare over aid access. So let's close with a heartwarming story where a massive African python left bystanders wide-eyed in Northwest Province as it effortlessly scaled a dry tree, showing off both muscle and momentum. Now, in a now viral video, the 4 to 6 meter snake lifts its hefty head skyward, almost standing upright before pulling its chunky body onto a high branch with gymnastic-like grace. Now, children squealed, adults gasped, and the cameraman let fly a perfectly timed local expletive so universal it practically needs no translation. Now, the spectacle unfolded near Vryburg and Delereville, drawing curious crowds and a quick call to snake experts. Now, with over 1.5 million views and counting, Mzansi can't stop watching the serpentine show off in action. A great way to close off your news for this morning. Let's get those final sporting highlights from Graham.
And highlights in the water there were, let's start there with Chris Smith delivering a standout swimmer in his first ever global long course final, finishing 6th in a tightly contested 50-meter breaststroke at the World Aquatic Championships in Singapore. So to put it in perspective, he clocked 26.75 seconds. That's just 0.21 seconds off the African record. And he also shaved more time off his personal best, set the semi-finals the day before. Absolutely brilliant effort. Well done. Now, some big moves in football as Luis Diaz has now completed a big money move from Liverpool to Bayern Munich, signing up until 2029 season. So the €75 million fee makes him now the 3rd most expensive signing in Bayern's history. And the Colombian winger replaces the injured Jamal Musiala, and he says he is targeting, quote, every possible title. And he's in a good position to extend that. He leaves Anfield with 4 trophies already and 17 goals to build on from last season. Now, terrible news from England's perspective as we turn to cricket. Their talismanic captain Ben Stokes has been ruled out of the fifth and final test up against India with a shoulder injury, and it sounds quite serious. So a major blow as the hosts look to seal that series at the famed Oval. Vice-captain Ollie Pope, who has been in good form, he'll step in as skipper, with Stokes sadly facing up to 10 weeks on the sidelines after bowling a very heavy workload across the series. They certainly needed his effort. Someone's going to have to step up. Now, speaking of stepping up, Mauritian rider Kimberly Lecourt-Pinard made history yesterday, becoming the first African to win a stage at the Tour de France Femmes. Her later downhill surge in Stage 5 also reclaimed the yellow jersey. So the 165.8-kilometre stage saw multiple crashes, sadly, and some big names dropping off. But 2023 champion Demi Follering still finishing the day on second to keep herself very much in contention. What a tour on both the men's and the women's side. It's going to be one for the books, and we love that. Well, that's where we leave our sport for this morning. Let's get one last update on the roads.
Thank you so much, Gray. Let's see what the roads are doing currently. Well, out in Cape Town and Brackenfell, there is congestion on the R300 northbound at Old Paarl Road. So do expect delays if you're headed out that way, and also add some travel time to your journey. Out in Gauteng in Benoni, there has been a crash on the N12 westbound after Tom Jones Road. Now, the right lane is closed, so do drive carefully and remain vigilant as you also head on out there on this Thursday morning. We wish you all the best on the roads, and we hope that you arrive alive. Well, that is where we leave your roads. Let's check in on a final time with your weather.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's start with some weather news that we all probably have to take in. The South African Weather Service has now issued multiple yellow level warnings for today as icy temperatures, disruptive snow and some gusty winds sweep across parts of the country. Very cold, wet and windy conditions are expected in the southern Namakwa district, the Western Cape interior and then parts of the Eastern Cape as well. Then snow may cause road icing and delays between Graaff-Reinet and Queenstown. Please be ultra vigilant. Damaging winds could also disrupt power and communication in the Eastern Cape interior as the weather ramps up. Then rough seas from Saldanha Bay to Port Edward may endanger small vessels and impact harbour operations. So it's going to be a crazy day out there. Please, as I say, be vigilant and take extra care. So let's temper the storm with a beautiful view right now. And this one sent in by Sahini from Dukuza, where you have got the most beautiful day presenting itself and also feeling wonderful. 28 degrees. Get out of town. Is it summer again? It looks absolutely exquisite. Thank you so much, Sahini. I hope you have a beautiful day. As I said, maxing out at 28 degrees. So that begs the question, how's it looking in your part of the world? Let's get the temperatures across the land.
Well, with the chilly weather across the country, we definitely want to start your day right with a one-pan wonder. We all love those. The sweet potato breakfast hash brings together caramelized sweet potatoes along with some onions, peppers and leafy greens. Definitely good for the body, all packed with fiber, antioxidants and essential vitamins to get you through this very cold season. Topped with protein-rich eggs, it's a balanced, nutrient-dense breakfast that fuels your morning with lasting energy and minimal fuss. And when I said minimal fuss, course, Tia just appeared. She said, I like to cook, but also not too much. Let's not do too much in the kitchen, but I'm going to put you to work so you can man the pan. Grab this one as well. In case you just tuned in, welcome. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've got Tia Henderson in the building with us, one of the contestants from, of course, season 1 of Design Your Home. And I can't wait to, my design rules, I can't wait to get into this. So we've got our onions, and then we're going to throw some peppers.
Okay.
Do you love a pepper? Do you have a favorite pepper?
I actually don't. I don't really like vegetables that much, if I'm being truly honest. But I try and hide it. I try and hide it in like as many ways that I can. So I'll throw in some baby spinach with my lettuce. Just,
Okay.
You know, trying to get my vegetables.
You've got it, because also lettuce are great, but especially the iceberg ones, they don't have that much nutrients, right? We want to get the dark leafy greens, which is what we have today. But this is a great way to hide veggies. So we're making a beautiful breakfast hash using sweet potatoes. So we've got that going, and we're going to go ahead with our spices. We've got some cumin, some onion powder, some paprika. You can just dump all of that in. We want this to be flavor packed and delicious. And then, of course, we've got some salt and pepper going here. This is a production line. I'm just handing over. I'm not even doing much over here, but you are doing a fantastic job. What is your most favorite out of all the vegetables you don't like? I'm trying to word that right. I know you don't love veggies. Your least favorite.
Can I just tell you what my favorites are?
Yes, tell me your favorite vegetables.
Lettuce, cucumber, carrots.
Okay.
I've just gotten into purple onions. I've never been an onion girl before.
How do you start your dish if not with onion?
No, I don't mind like cooking it in, but I mean if it's just like onions on a burger, I'd always pull them out.
Oh, how about tomato on the burger? Would you pull that out as well? And pickles?
Yes.
Girl.
My friends know if they come with me and we get burgers together, their burger ends up being double the size because they take
I wouldn't mind. That's actually a win-win situation. You like the basics. You're like, give me the bun, give me the patty.
Give me the lettuce.
Give me the lettuce, of course. Throw in a cucumber if you can. Technically, a pickle is a cucumber.
Okay.
Like a good... I
don't taste the same though.
Trying to convince her. All right, let's go in with our leafy greens. That looks absolutely delicious. It smells great too. Now, sweet potato. Where are we on the potato scale of enjoyment for you? Do you like them?
Not sweet potato.
Not so much. Well, this recipe is definitely going to change your mind. I can guarantee you. You take your sweet potato. They do take a little bit longer than regular potato. They're more dense. So they'll cook a bit long. So we're going to go low and slow on these. And also, the more you dice potatoes, the better the quicker rather, they cook through. So we'll just mix that in. It'll absorb all the delicious flavors, that cumin, that paprika, that onion powder, and it will just get really, really good. So this is more of like a Saturday morning type breakfast because ain't nobody got the time. But what do you usually eat in the mornings? Are you a breakfast person?
Yes, I love a bacon and egg bagel. I mean, it's the easiest.
Ooh, no, that's good.
I just love it. That's how I start my day.
Delicious.
With a little hot sauce in there if I'm feeling.
It's actually mandatory. And are you a coffee girl, a matcha girl?
I'm a coffee girl and I don't mind matcha, but I don't like the matcha latte. I prefer an iced matcha.
Wow.
And
I
with
like
some
that.
white chocolate, white mocha pumps from Starbucks.
What?
Yeah, it's a game changer. It
White
makes it so
chocolate
sweet.
pumps. So a little bit of like sweetness added to the matcha as well. Oh, girl, that sounds amazing. Okay, it sounds like you do enjoy a sweet treat. So you can try to crack it in there, but I'm gonna try to crack it in here in case the yolk breaks. Yeah, this is my hack because you never know. But you're a pro in the kitchen, so you're fine. Well, let's taste it now. Oh, it broke a little bit. We'll forgive you. She's great at designing homes, but can she crack an egg? Okay, I'm going to go in with that one. This is a really great hack. Here's mine.
Okay, you're
don't come with your judgment. Let me see your egg. No, girl, I got it. This is a great way to do that. So that if it is cracked, you save it for like a baking dish or maybe scrambled eggs later. There you go. Don't mix it too much. At this point, we turn it down. And then if you do have a lid, you can basically put it on top so the whites of the eggs can cook. Do you like a runny yolk? There's only one right answer to this.
I
Be
like
on the right side of history.
A hard egg.
No, Tia. It's fine. We won't judge you. Don't judge it. Don't judge it. Don't judge it. Exactly that. Well, listen, on your screens right now, Feel Good Fam, you've got the QR code. And if you're new to it, all you have to do is whip your phone out. And then, of course, take your camera, scan it over the screen, and then it will take you directly to the recipe tab on our website. So that is cooking away. It looks absolutely fantastic. You don't even have to serve it with bread because it's got the potatoes. I do love a bread, though.
And it got the egg and the potatoes, and I think that's
enough, right?
Yeah.
If it was like a regular shakshuka that was tomato-based, definitely some crusty bread in there is great. But this is a potato hash, something a bit different. And we did it.
We did.
We've cooked together. What is your ideal kitchen? I've got to ask you now that we are in a kitchen. What is your go-to?
So what are you talking
Design-wise.
about? Design-wise. So I think definitely like the kitchen triangle, making sure that your kitchen's functional. So is it close to the sink? Can you wash your hands quickly? Can you grab stuff from the fridge? And can you also get back to the stove immediately?
Okay, I see it. Okay.
And that definitely just makes the functionality of your kitchen better and the flow better.
Nice. So if you are in a home that perhaps has a small kitchen, what's the best way to utilize it in terms of design?
I think making sure that still like your fridge is placed in the correct way, even if you don't have an island, but just making sure that all your amenities are quite close together and easily accessible to just grab whatever you need.
Nice. Grab the knife, chop it up, throw it in the pan, wash the dish. It's kind of like the cycle of life. Reduce, reuse, recycle. We are here for all the arrows. Okay, cool. That's beautiful. When it comes to aesthetic, are we thinking like more old farmhouse? Are we feeling more modern design? What do you usually lean towards?
I like more modern. Like something that's very current and trendy. I'm not really into the farm style vibe, but I can be convinced.
I'm not the one to convince you. I love a modern kitchen as well. I love a backsplash. What are your feelings on that?
Yeah, a backsplash is definitely. Or even sometimes what people do is they use like the same marble and they kind of like put that as their backsplash and not a tile.
So it kind of carries across everywhere. Oh, that's stunning. The day that I can afford a marble backsplash, I'll call you out and you can design my entire life. I'm very excited about that, and also welcome to Cape Town.
Thank you.
You are one of the girlies, and we've definitely now made it official with our beautiful breakfast hash. And please go ahead and enjoy this Feel Good Fam. Of course, on this weekend, when you wake up early, or not even that early on a Saturday morning, this is your one-pan dish that you definitely have to go for. Smells good, looks good, and tastes amazing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. It is 5 to the weekend right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And friend, I want to give you some plans. Listen, you know your SABC family has always got you. And SABC One has partnered with Imbula Music Festival, which is going to be bringing alive the Botanical Gardens in Pretoria this weekend, the 2nd of August. And you need to be there because I'm going to be there. And we're going to be having a good time because listen to this lineup. Calvin Momo, Zingo Malo, Sun Al Musician, even the king who is sitting with me right now, Eswatini's finest. Everybody, let's give him a feel-good welcome. It is Boloqa. Boloqa, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
That's good.
I'm good.
It's
How are
so
you?
good to, I'm amazing. All the better for sitting across you and getting to chat about.
I love your
great things.
energy. I
Oh,
love your
thank
energy.
you. I love yours. I love your calming energy.
Thank you.
Yes, it's just like your music. Your music speaks to the soul. And Boloqa, I'm so excited for this weekend. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. But before we get to that, we need to start with you.
Okay.
You are somebody who is an innovator of music, particularly Eswatini and beyond even though. And I want to ask you just in terms of music, you know, when did it all begin for you and what made you realize that, yes, this is the direction I want to take?
Well, it started when I was in my primary school, donkey years ago.
Yeah.
I really wanted to take it as a career.
Yeah.
But, you know, hey, music this, music that.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful, though, because I ended up doing mechanical engineering as a profession.
Yeah.
But I was owing to myself this big thing, which is music. And only to find that during COVID time, I'm using that certificate now to look for another job, which was mechanical engineering. And I was a director at Intellectuals College, somewhere in Swaziland. Just when COVID was done, I said, guys, bye-bye. Go back to music.
I love that. Yeah.
So it's been quite a journey, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
You know, the right beat, they're kings and queens in these streets. The mummies, it's like they come from my dreams. I worry, you might be my wife.
All right, Mzansi, apologies for that. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. However, no technical difficulties when it comes to this man's beautiful musical ability. And of course, Boloqa, I was still asking you just about, you know, your musical style for someone who's experiencing it for the first time today. How would you describe it?
Yes, it's Swazi soul music. That's what I call it. Merely because I sing in Siswati, and also my music is soulful. You know, it falls under world music.
Yes.
World music because you know, within the music itself, you can hear a lot of genres.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's jazz, whether it's folk music, whether it's country music, and whether it's Afro pop and so forth. So it's everything within. So it's classified under world music. Yeah.
And that's beautiful. And you know what? I love the fact that you're also someone who likes to experiment with different kind of artists as well. Because we've even seen you working with Sun Al Musician, where you guys made an entire beautiful song. You know, and you went into the African dance electric sound. Talk to us about that. How did that even come about?
Well, I don't want to restrict myself. You know, there's been that notion of that stigma with artists that once you can be pinned down and described as a jazz musician.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like you taking away a lot from you. You're taking away also your riches, your potential away from yourself. Because if God has given you so much talent, you know, if you can do, I mean, upbeat, why not? If you can do Afro pop, why not? If you can do country and western, why not? If you can do gospel, why not?
Yeah.
You know, you can't just restrict yourself. I'm the person that believes in that so much, and I want to tap in whatever that I can.
Yeah.
There's a saying that jack of all trades, but master of all.
I was going to say exactly. I love that.
Master
I
of
believe
all.
in the master of all.
Yeah,
and you know what? You found the right match there with Sun Musician, because he's also the same kind of person where he does a lot of different things and he masters each and every one of them. So that's why I'm like, you guys.
And that's where our money is, our riches. That's where our riches, because if you don't do it, then who's going to do it?
100%.
Yeah.
But now, speaking of doing it, you guys are going to be doing it this weekend at the Imbula Music Festival. Yes. Let's talk about that. You know, what makes it the perfect way to kind of just spend your weekend, and why is the lineup so perfect in your eyes as someone who's such a music maestro?
I think the guys behind, I love the lineup myself, you know. I think
especially that Boloqa guy. Yeah.
I'm grateful to be part of this.
Yeah.
But most, I think also, you know, I like the pillar of the festival. It's about GPV, you know. They are pillared on gender-based violence awareness.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a great thing, you know. And as for also the Imbula, you know what is Imbula?
Isn't it like a
that fire, you know.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, it's more like us coming together as Africans, you know, coming together, you know, to share positive messages, you know, and enjoy, have fun, you know, and I think they did a great of having this magnificent lineup, and I feel honored to be part of that myself. And of course, people shouldn't miss it, you know.
100%.
It's going to be wonderful. Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, for me, firstly, I'm like, it's music, it's culture, it's diversity, it's all of those things that SABC1 speaks to, which is why SABC has partnered with Imbula Music Festival. But then on top of it, it's the GBV that is being stood against.
Of course. We have to, as artists, as musicians, we have to be we're advocates, you know, and we have to advocate the right things. And this is one of the challenges that we are having, you know, almost all over. You know, we must love and protect our women as
100%.
Africans. Actually, internationally, we have to, you know, put our women, they must be secured and feel safe with us as men. You know?
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Boloqa. And let's talk tickets. We need to be there. How can we get to Imbula Music Festival?
Guys, they must get it from Haula. You know, and the tickets, you know, they start from 250 up. You just choose whatever, but go to Haula and you just come. Don't miss it. It's going to be lovely.
100%. Thank you so much, Boloqa. And I'm so excited for your beautiful performance, giving us a taste of what we can expect this weekend.
Of course I will.
Amazing. Zanzi, you know what to do. Haula is where you can get the tickets, only 250 Rand. And my friend, I promise you, you will be in for something so special. You heard those big names, Zingumalo, Sun Musician, Amanda Black, Boloqa. It's going to be huge. It's going to be epic. This is why SABC1 is in partnership with the Imbula Music Festival, and we cannot wait for it. I know I'm going to be there. Question is, will you? You got to stick around, because in a bit we hear from Boloqa. But we're also jumping on over to Cape Town right about now. My beautiful Cape Town family, are you still keeping strong, keeping happy this morning?
Well, a little bit of FOMO, because I think the party is getting started up north, and that's okay. But we got passion and purpose.
We really
So we'll be all right.
Our favorite piece as Madiba month draws to a close. Listen, our girl Ayanda has been working, but of course getting all the good things gearing up for an unforgettable ride. It is the Mandela Legacy Ride for Hope.
Oh, man, this one is massive. You're going to see some very familiar faces, passionate and purpose-driven as they are. And this is in partnership with ABSA. This journey isn't just about the road ahead. It's about driving change, about honouring legacy, because a lot of work has already been done, and then moving with purpose, because your story matters. Let's see how much.
Madiba's legacy lives through Ride for Hope, a journey filled of purpose that carries his message of peace, unity and hope. And as proud partners, ABSA says every story matters, and through their campaign We See Your Story, they tell the stories that inspire change.
Welcome officially to the Nelson Mandela Foundation. We're honored to host you this evening for the official launch of the 6th annual Nelson Mandela Legacy Ride for Hope tour.
This year, what is it that you're hoping to achieve, and what kind of legacy are you hoping to leave behind as ABSA?
The legacy we want to leave behind is that everyone who sees an ABSA badge will remember that someone passed by and made a difference through education in my life. The legacy that we want to leave is for colleagues to say, I did that. I don't think we want people to say ABSA, the building did it. We want to say the people at ABSA did that. The colleagues that are riding, we call them our colleagues, each and every one of them, but are particularly impressed by the 10, that when they show up there in their ABSA marquee, they can say, we did this.
Dr. Zwane, it is so amazing to see you in a different setting. Today is all about Ride for Hope. Many people at home probably don't know much about the tour. Please, can you tell us more about what entails and what ABSA is doing as a part of it?
Ride for Hope, which is a non-profit organization whose effort is to try and maybe democratize riding on a bike so that everybody can see that anyone can do it. It's a test of the human spirit. But for us as ABSA, partnering with a non-profit organization that is introducing a legacy opportunity where people get to ride. For the 2025 version of the Ride for Hope, they will be riding from Howick right up until Soweto. But most important thing is that this time around we are going to make a difference in Tembisizwe Primary School in Ladysmith, and we cannot wait to see the sparkle in the eyes of the young people when they see their newly built classrooms.
Events like these are so important for two reasons. First of all, we're spotlighting a sport that doesn't get enough attention in this country. It's beautiful that we can speak about cycling as something that anybody can do. And secondly, we're doing good work. We're building schools as we do it. So we bring attention to those communities that they stop in with each tour that they do, which spotlights the help that they need and improves the situation for them as well.
The Nelson Mandela legacy, I think the one thing that he taught us is that if you can help, help. We all don't come from the same backgrounds, but if you have that opportunity to be able to make, even if it's just one person, if you're able to make the difference or make a change in that person, our communities can get better, they can get stronger, and the kids can just do so much more for themselves. So I think it's a beautiful thing that's happening right now.
I truly believe that my story is being written in an ikigai moment where passion, purpose, and profession intersect. And I truly believe that in us showing that people's stories matter and also saying that we see you makes that everyone is seen. One of our core strategies and values is that diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. And so for me, I believe that we're writing that story by recognizing even the unrecognized.
Matiba's legacy lives on, and not just in history, but in the hearts of everyday South Africans. And ABSA's movement of We See Your Story ensures that that message reaches every corner of the nation, ensuring that every voice is heard and every story seen.
Oh man, the spandex was out in force and we love it. A ride that moved hearts and I think inspired minds, and that is the power of legacy in motion, literally.
And if you're ready to ride with purpose, don't miss the next Mandela Legacy Ride for Hope. It all goes down this September, so get involved.
So yes, more passion and purpose, more entertainment. We've still got some music coming your way. Boloqa is in the house, cannot wait. And then we are back in the kitchen. I'm trying to
pick up the smell?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. I'm getting like a sun-dried tomato.
Can you smell the pecorino?
Ooh, are we going to continue our Italian inspirational journey? We love the culinary arts when we dip into what Nonna's got going on in the kitchen. And I think this is going to be absolutely delicious. I know we've had 3 different breakfasts already. This is kind of breakfast brunch. We'll call it brunch.
Let's call it brunch.
We're allowed to have 4 breakfasts.
Yeah, we definitely are allowed to have so much fun in the kitchen. And we'll get into, and I'm telling you, deliciousness straight after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're going to make you feel better because we're giving our tips given by you, Feel Good fam, about surviving the last week of the month. It's always a tough one. And why does it catch us by surprise every time?
Because we know, because last month it was exactly the same. So hopefully you can swoop in to save us with your genius tips on how to just survive. 063-036-9649. That's the WhatsApp line to use for anything.
Yeah.
Please, and we love for you to stay connected. But let's see how the fam is feeling. I'm hoping you're going to get us across the line because
Please.
it doesn't often have to become, oh, of course, Gary had to wait.
Gary.
I don't think Gary ever runs out of money. I'm
Ever.
sorry, okay? He's just got it together. Live within your means. You see, he's being
That's
all braggy
true.
already. Too many people spend money on things they don't need to impress people they don't like with money they don't have. Burn! Don't spend to impress, spend to invest.
Okay, Gary.
See, is this why Gary lives a life of leisure?
This is true.
I know this kid has probably worked harder than any of us to get to this point to be able to spout these truths. Gary, we love you,
Gary's
man.
got it together. Let's see if Roxy does. Fast and simple.
Girl.
I like the way you move, Roxy.
That being said, I spend a third on my food now. I really do.
Graham fasts all the time. So you once? No, I'm fasting. I should pick that up.
Haley Woods, we had to go into a smaller scripture because she's got the goods. I keep busy in the house, clear out closets, freshen up the decor by changing the lounge colors, etc.
Wow.
It makes me feel lighter, and before you know it, it's payday. Have an awesome day, everyone. Stay safe on the road. You know where my wife is?
Good.
Like Marketplace and places like that. She is a demon. So if ever we want to get something new and we can't afford it, she generates sales and she makes it happen.
That's incredible.
She is amazing like that. How we can refresh between my painting, my terrible painting skills, but I have the fortitude.
Fantastic skills.
Exactly. We can redo our place
She
without
must do a
spending a
masterclass.
spent. Yeah,
I like
think
that.
so.
Well, let's see what Ipswa says. 5 rand bread, kaloku sana. I'm here for it. I got 3 little girls, y'all, but they eat like 3 little boys. I stock up on 5 rand bread and pair it with soup because the soup mix is only 13 rand 99. I love that. Hey, they're growing children. We can't even deny them.
I know. I was thinking about that. It was the reason why I have an affinity to kappa soup. My mom was a legend. I think she just figured it out.
Just a piece of white bread with that, dinner sorted.
I love it. Well, don't judge yourself too harshly because clearly you are not alone. But I like the fact that we got some like monologues there. People are clearly thinking deeply, critically about this. So if you've got any great tips on how we can survive this rather shaky stage of the month, share it, please.
Please, we would absolutely love that. And as you take down more tips, it is over on Facebook, in case you were wondering. Let's make sure that we head over to the Jersey streets to see exactly what entertainment can lift our spirits.
Can you hear them? Gibonela is exactly what you're about to get, my friend. And from whom, you might ask? Well, one of the innovators of music, Eswatini and beyond. Everybody give it up for none other than Boloqa.
Bonela abantu bami ngababona nangibuya bonela salukati samiri China asibona ngibuya bonela khehla la Mandela ngalibona nangibuya bonela abantu bami nababona ngibuya ngoba lo msebenzi lona lengiwendabo awufuni ngihlale ndzawonye lo msebenzi lona lengikiwo thunyiwe emhlaba wawo
absolutely beautiful. Did we not say it is music that speaks to your soul? Boloqa, who is going to be part of the Imbula Music Festival happening this weekend in the Pretoria Botanical Gardens in partnership with SAVC1. Make sure you get your ticket, 250 Rand on Howler. However, right now, my friends, you still need to stick around because Boloqa is going to be closing out the show, ne? But first, we've got some recipes to get in. Fatima's beautiful Italian-inspired recipe is going to be coming your way for date night particularly. And then we're also going to be getting into a sun-dried tomato recipe that I cannot wait for, because anything with sun-dried tomatoes, I am there. So we're going to be doing it together in a bit. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break and we'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. If you are planning a cozy date night at home or even entertaining a group of friends, you have come to the right place right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've got the gorgeous Fatima Saib here, cookbook author and head of commercial content at our friends at Woolworths Taste, and here to show you today how to bring a little Italian magic to your table. It's a dish that just looks lax and it tastes even better. It comes together effortlessly, which is my favorite part. Fatima, welcome back.
Hello.
So soon as well. What a treat. Oh my goodness. What are we cooking today? Because it smells incredible in here.
It smells so good, right?
Oh my gosh.
Gosh. Your favorite thing?
Tell
the
me.
ingredients.
Yes,
again.
please. I see the, oh yes, we had these the last time,
We
the
used
chicken
that,
fricadelles.
but we
Yum.
used it in a different recipe. But today we're going to use it to make a sun-dried tomato pasta with parmesan, and it's so simple.
I'm here for it.
Exactly.
Please tell me more. So we've got our pan going.
Yes.
I'll turn that up a bit.
So we're just going to add this into the pan.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
These are such a good size as well.
They are great. And remember I told you there's one that also has cheddar cheese in it?
You did say this. How have I not gone and
They
bought
are
it
so
yet?
good in the oven. But
Okay.
this is great for your freezer as well. And I love that it's obviously made with free-range chicken and a mix of delicious herbs and spices, which you are going to taste afterwards.
Lovely. So do you
good.
prefer to pan fry these, air fry them, oven bake them? Does it depend on the recipe?
Well, these I prefer to pan fry, but the one with the cheese I put in the oven.
Oh.
Yeah. Or you can just air fry as well, but I feel like with the cheese it's going to ooze out.
I see, I got you. I love an air fry though. Like the millennial in me is like, the more that I can air fry, the better.
Right? So much time.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite sauces.
Can I smell that? Because I have a feeling that's what
delicious.
smells so good.
Yeah. And such a pantry staple.
Ooh, absolutely delicious.
You can smell the pecorino.
I feel like this is one of those tips that can definitely elevate the space when it comes to cooking, but also effortlessly. So, yeah, what do you recommend when it comes to sort of tips to make us cook better without having to get a professional culinary degree?
Yeah, go to Woolworths and stock up on your pantry essentials, especially these sauces. I have, at any given time, 2 or 3 jars in my cupboard.
I love that.
Always have this in my freezer. And then, of course, pasta in the pantry.
And easy. Like you said, 3 ingredients coming together. We didn't even add salt, pepper, onion powder to this.
You don't need to, because this has all the work for you.
Right.
So we're going to add that to the pan. And we're just going to let it cook together for a while.
Can I add it now?
You can,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Let's go in with that, just around it.
Yeah.
Ooh, the color on this is also really great. Wow. That's part of the magic.
Yeah, always.
You see, now the colored auntie in me wants to put water in here.
No, you must.
Rinse
I
it
do that
out,
too.
And okay.
You have to, and then reuse the jars.
And then reuse the jars on top of it as well. Woolworths really put their everything in here, so I want to use every single bit of it. Okay, there you go.
There we go. I'm
Thank
so
you for
proud of you.
confirming that. Thank you. My mom taught me well. Okay, so must it all like be absorbed in the flavor? Look, it's even going a bit brown at the bottom. That's stunning, Fatima.
So we let it cook together, for about 10 minutes, and then afterwards, I'm just going to grab this one that's done already. You're going to dish it up, and then finish the dish off with a grating of parmesan.
Wow,
so
that comes together very quickly.
No, it's really, really fast. I mean, once that's done, you're just going to dish it up and put this in. And you can elevate it a little bit by adding some basil leaves. You can add a squeeze of lemon.
Okay.
I'm obviously just going crazy with my cheese.
I mean, the limit does not exist. Keep going. What do you mean?
Exactly.
It is snow that we can enjoy and make snow angels in. I love that. How long does it typically take when cooking away?
About 10 minutes.
Easy.
So fast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what do we have on the side of this, if it even needs a side?
Yeah. So this is like me choosing a favorite, right? But you don't understand. I am incredibly obsessed with this butternut orzo.
Is it your favorite?
I have it for lunch at work. I literally take it to work and warm it in the microwave. It is my absolute favorite.
Creamy butternut orzo topped with South African feta.
Best of both worlds.
So is this one of those you pierce it in the microwave done?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Pierce it, put it in for 3 minutes, give it a stir. And if you look at the creamy butternut at the bottom, we actually have one.
Prepared.
So that's done. TV magic.
Wait a minute, but now this one has more ingredients on top of it.
Gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola.
It really helps to bring out the flavor.
And the luxury of it all.
I know. So you don't even need a lot. You can just peel off pieces, give it a stir. You have to taste it.
And look, my mouth is actually watering. Look how it's melted like within it with the warmth of the orzo.
So
and again, remind us, orzo is pasta.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a pasta.
It's a pasta.
So this is the best of both worlds. South African flavors with the orzo.
Wow. South Africa and
delicious.
Italia coming together. And it's got all the nutrients. I'm seeing spinach, butternut, feta, gorgonzola.
Yeah. How incredible, right? Sometimes I just keep like lemon on me and then just add a little squirt over after it comes out of the microwave.
Oh my goodness.
It's so fresh and incredible.
Oh my, I know Graham's gonna love that, absolutely. Wow. Okay. Let me not get distracted. Let me stir this together. This is coming together so beautifully.
Can you smell that?
The smell is overtaking my entire brain right now.
So good. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay. Let that cook away. What would you tell, Fatima, to people that are a bit intimidated to get into the kitchen? I know that you're a cookbook author. People might say, oh, it's so easy for you to say because you're so great in the kitchen. What would you tell them to get them inspired?
Honestly, start small. Like this is a 3-ingredient recipe.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to put together. And when you see your family and friends eating it and just how much they enjoy it, you're going to be like, I want to do this again and again and again.
Oh my goodness.
Start small, no pressure, but do it.
But the rewards are high as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I see you got something going on that side. We have
Dessert.
dessert too? Okay, how are we doing this?
This is a pistachio affogato. 2 ingredients. Coffee. We're using the Italian freeze-dried coffee from Bullies.
Beautiful.
So you brew it up nice and hot, put it in your glasses. I'll give you one.
So it must be warm.
It must be warm, like this one. Yeah, because then the ice cream can melt nicely in there.
And that's the idea. Is it a drink or dessert or both?
It's both.
Okay,
it's
cool.
both.
You got pistachio
Are you stronger
ice cream
than I am?
I am so strong. I am
Show me.
so strong.
Oh.
I
need
saw
to go
that
to
while
gym.
you were busy.
Graham's laughing at me.
You shouldn't laugh too loudly. We won't invite him inside.
Oh gosh. So, okay, this is a little bit melted, but pretend like it's not.
It's not melted.
So
That's a perfect scoop.
it is. All you do is add in about 2 to 3 scoops, depending on how much you want. I would actually do 3 scoops in here.
Yeah, because why? The limit does not exist
No,
again.
no.
Okay, I'm going to do my one because I'm going to dish it for Gray. He loves coffee. And I have a feeling he loves pistachio.
But I thought we're not sharing with him.
I know.
Shame. We're nice.
But I feel like the man works hard. You know what I'm saying? I'll give him 3 scoops and we'll invite him on in to taste the goodness.
I've only been standing here for about 20 minutes, okay? Just waiting to...
Just peeking in.
What is going on
I
here?
know.
You're absolutely on the money. I love pistachio. I love coffee. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, how are you?
Very good. What are you guys doing? And
So
you got
much
me a
and
proper spoon. Thank you. I'm so
did.
glad that you gave me a proper spoon.
Bigger than your small whisk. Okay.
Okay, so talk me through what you've created here. These look gorgeous.
So we've got some chicken fricadelles that I've prepared for you today. It's got
very
some chef pecorino as well as sun-dried tomato base. So easy, so simple. And we threw some Parmesan on top.
And that's a beautiful combo, that sun-dried tomato and the pecorino, that kind of, funkiness.
Delicious.
Beautiful.
Absolutely
And then we've got Fatima's favorite over here.
My obsession right now. If Woolworths doesn't have it, it's probably because I bought them.
Every
Really
one
bad.
of them.
You've
Okay,
got
that's
you
fine.
to blame.
All of them.
Okay, so where do I start? I'm gonna
So
have
start
to.
with that,
Sorry,
yeah.
I don't want to
Oh, here's
bash
a
you out
spoon.
the way.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna start with a bit of chicken.
Yes, do it.
And try the sauce. That's
With
the
the
best part.
sauce.
But also, if you're not fond of this flavor, you can try any of the other pasta sauces at Woolies.
Right. And they've
A
got
really great
options,
range.
hey?
Yeah, there's a delicious tomato and basil one, also always in my cupboard, which would pair really well with this as
I
well.
know Gray loves a tomato basil combo.
Yeah, right? That
Flavor.
Oh, it's like umami immediately. Absolutely beautiful.
delicious.
I'm going to muddle the flavor with some of your favorites.
No, you must eat it
You have to.
together. It's
And get a piece
amazing.
of gorgonzola.
Everything.
Yes, do that.
Yeah.
Okay, while
Yes,
Graham
yes,
tastes the coming together of South Africa and Italia, remember you can shop
Wow.
all of these Fatima's favorites and your potential favorites in store
Sure.
online and on the app for the mommy goodness. Close it with a sweet treat, and you definitely have some good. You have to taste it. Woolworths.co.za is where you get it.
Okay, but now you laugh
Gotta
at
do
my
it with your
giant
big
spoon. I'm
Oh,
going to use
let's
it.
see, let's see.
I want to make sure I get some of the coffee
You
as
have
well.
to get coffee. Yeah. Just chug it.
You got to chug
Really,
it.
really good.
Yeah.
I am going to have a sip because it's just too funky.
Yeah.
I'd rather moustache.
You do. Got milk, got pistachio ice cream. So incredibly
this is grown up.
good.
I like this. You know, when the flavor profile is just a little bit absolutely beautiful.
And
You're
so
a genius.
simple.
Oh,
Love
Thank
that.
you.
Fatima, you're
Absolutely love it.
fantastic. Thank you for always coming through with some delicious recipes for us and dessert. And you can get all of that once again, like I said, woolworths.co.za. Let me continue cooking over here.
Dinner tonight, dinner tomorrow night,
Yes.
dinner every night.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Before we officially get the party started, some big news for you. If you play your daily lotto today, 580,000 Rand is waiting in that jackpot. So go and get your tickets. Get them in store, get them online, nationallottery.co.za. Use your mobile app, use your cell phone banking setup. You can dial star 120 star 7529 hash for USSD. Any way you do it, just to do it. And we'll keep all of those mediums up on the Expresso social pages so you can check them out. Panda Push or play your daily lotto for an estimated 580,000 Rand in the jackpot. That says to me that we can officially start this Klein Vrydag, and I think we must head to Josie to get the party started.
All right, now listen. When we said we're going to round up the show with absolutely beautiful music, we had to bring along Boloqa. And friend, it is called Liqiniso Libhlungu, and I cannot wait for you to see him at the Imbula Music Festival. Don't forget Howlers, where you can get your tickets. But everybody, let's give it up for the king.
Feel-good production.